school student activity sticker. Your purchase supports all 23 sports programs at Kennedy High School.
And a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to high school football here on CRM Live Sports. As Week 6, Friday night of the season, gets ready to commence. We come your way from Kingston Stadium here in Cedar Rapids. And the Bob Brooks Press Box, as tonight, it will be a top 10 showdown in Class 5A as unbeaten number 2 rated Cedar Rapids Kennedy gets ready to host number 7 Cedar Falls. And a pleasant good evening, everyone. Scott Unash, Coach John Haggerty with you here tonight as we get ready for the premier game, I got to think, in the state in Class 5A here at Kingston Stadium tonight. So much on the line. Kennedy trying to remain unbeaten. For the Cedar Falls Tigers, only one loss in the year. They come in at 4-1. That was on opening night to Johnston when the Dragons had their quarterback and had their tailback. And Cedar Falls will see if they can remain with just one blemish on the campaign. But going to be kind of a playoff type atmosphere on a beautiful night for football tonight.
That's exactly what it is, and as we watch these two teams warm up, we really couldn't have a better evening, too. The rain showers look like they're going to skirt us now, and it's going to be, temperature is going to be perfect, and I just think the table is set for a great matchup tonight.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely perfect. Had a little rain shower go through just ahead of the start of the sophomore game, which was won by Kennedy tonight by a score of 20-6, a rapidly moving game. So we're going to start a little bit earlier here tonight, which I don't think is going to make anyone unhappy. And again, thank you for tuning in to CRM Live Sports here on YouTube, CRM Live Sports on Twitter, and our Facebook page as well. And thanks to our great sponsors, the Dental Center, Epiphany Dermatology, First Federal Credit Union, Bim Ritter Sportswear, Emil's Hideaway, Hunt Graphic Innovations, Hills Bank, Kurt Gustafson Agency of American Family Insurance, Jonesy's on Wiley Boulevard, and a brand new sponsor for tonight's broadcast, Cedar Rapids Millwork in Hiawatha. Thank you very much to all those folks for coming on board as we come your way tonight, Week 6 of the high school football season from Kingston Stadium. And 4-1 Cedar Falls, 5-0 Kennedy, and you could break that down a little bit more, John, for the second consecutive week, Kennedy going up against a high-powered offense that starts with the passing attack. Hunter Jacobson, the son of UNI men's basketball coach Ben Jacobson, very good passer, 160 yards a game roughly for the Cedar Falls offense. It is number 7 in 5A, putting up 344 yards a game, and Kennedy with a very stingy defense coming in, giving up only 13 points a game and 222 yards per contest for the season, so something has got to give tonight.
Well, it's going to be fun to see because we could have a high-scoring affair, we could have a low-scoring affair. It all depends on what happens. But in terms of the Jacobson kid, he is one of those quarterbacks that can make it happen so many different ways. You mentioned what a good passer he is, but he's a good passer in the pocket. He's a good passer on the bootleg. He's a good passer when he sprints out or when he's flushed and has to try and extend plays to make them after everything has broken down. That's where the beauty of his being a quarterback on this team, not to mention his athleticism and his ability to compete because he's a multi-sport athlete. And here's the secret for Cedar Falls, if you don't know. They got a whole team full of those guys. They're not the biggest, but man, are they competitors, and they're great all-around athletes, and they just know how to win.
Yes, they do, and did it in a very spectacular fashion against Cedar Rapids Prairie in a game we had earlier this year with the hook and lateral and lateral and lateral.
Well, and I went back and I looked at my notes just to refresh my memory from that game because so many things happened. I couldn't hold them all in my little brain. They had a pick six. The Dobbs kid picked six, and that was a big score for Cedar Falls in that Prairie game. They had a almost 40-yard field goal that they converted on. They've got a great kicker. They've got a great punter, too. The guy can put it up above the lights in the stadium. So you can always count on certain things from Cedar Falls year in and year out, Scott. One is that they're going to have a solid, sound, well-executing offense. Defensively, they're going to come up and they're going to be the most solid, fundamentally sound tacklers that you can find. They'll swarm to the ball, and their special teams are just going to be out of sight. That's tough when you've got teams that excel in all three phases like that. It's tough to beat those teams.
For Kennedy, number 4 rusher in Class 5A, Jason Williams, 524 yards, 6 touchdowns, averaging about 4.5 yards per carry so far for the Kennedy Cougars. And Kennedy also with they also have one of the top passers in the state. Doesn't throw it as often as Jacobson, but Carson Blitz, 58% completion percentage, 9 touchdowns, and only 3 interceptions. We also get to see 2 of the sack leaders in the state of Iowa here tonight. Andrew Myers, the junior for Kennedy, and Mr. Drew Campbell, the sophomore for Cedar Falls, with 4.5 sacks so far this year. Yeah, baby brother is coming.
Yeah, and if that name sounds familiar, it's because Jack Campbell's down in Iowa City. Well, actually, he's in College Park, Maryland tonight.
Going and getting ready to take on the Terrapins. We'll keep you updated on that particular ball game as well here tonight on the Emil's Hideaway scoreboard. Right now, we are going to hear from Kennedy head coach Brian White on the pregame show as he comments on his Cougars getting ready to take on the Cedar Falls Tigers in this big one here tonight. Pregame show on CRM Live Sports, getting ready for Kennedy and Cedar Falls, the big top 10 matchup. Head coach Brian White joining me here on the pregame show. And first of all, let's go back to last week. That was a test on Thursday against a really good Dubuque senior team.
Absolutely, and they are a really good football team, and there's no doubt they'll be in the playoffs at the end of the year. And a great passing attack, something that we, sorely needed to see. We needed to see a guy put the ball in the air like that. And, there were some things that we can do better defensively and exposed a few areas where we had to improve in practice. And, as a coach, you always want to find ways to improve your team. And certainly we had plenty to improve off of from last week.
Well, and you had an extra day to get ready, too. That's the beauty of playing on the Thursday.
That's the only good thing about playing on Thursday is if you win, but yeah, you get an extra day to prepare, and we use that extra day to, the fullest with getting ready for Cedar Falls.
Yeah, and what'd they show you that you worked on this past week?
They're a very fundamentally sound team, and they don't make a whole lot of mistakes. And they had a couple of turnovers against Prairie, but you don't see them have a whole lot of penalties. They get on their blocks offensively, and they stay on their blocks. Quarterback does a good job of commanding the team. They've got fantastic receivers. Defensively, they are as plain Jane as they come, and they are just sound. They're very good defensively playing their job, their position, and it's going to be tough to move the ball on them.
Yep, and getting into the 6th week of the season now, and some trends being set, things like that. There are no newcomers anymore. Everybody's a veteran at this point.
Yeah, week 6, and it's still 76 degrees right now, so I'm loving the weather myself. But yeah, you get to this time of the year, and you need to win ball games, because not only to get into the playoffs, but then you start thinking about how the state's going to seed everything. And if our next win would be our 6th win, and that's kind of the benchmark. If you have 6 wins, you're probably going to get in the playoffs. So we're just trying to win a ball game and get in the playoffs.
How about everything as far as the health going into week 6? That look good?
Yeah, we're really healthy and actually getting healthier by the day. We've got another young man that was hurt against Bettendorf, Caden Centers. He'll be back. He was one of our nickel guys. We got a little bit of a scare last week from Caleb Jones. We weren't too sure about his knee, and he had an MRI, and he's clear, and it's solid. So he's back in the lineup tonight. So we're really happy with where we are health-wise. Hopefully you can keep it that way, because you don't want you never want to see a high school kid get hurt, on anybody's team, let alone your own. So hopefully we can come out of this unscathed tonight.
Well, Cedar Falls presents another good passing team and athletes. Trey Campbell, Hunter Jacobson, and haven't been able to run the ball like Cedar Falls in the past, but they can wing it.
They do have some athletes, and you're right with Trey Campbell. He's a multi-sport stud, and they can just throw it up to him. They can hand it to him. They have a dynamic quarterback. I really think he's pretty quick with the ball. He'll run the speed option, and his first plant step, he's really quick. And so we're going to have our hands full trying to slow him down, and keep him out of the end zone.
Well, defensively, a challenge to you guys, because you got to be aggressive, but you also have to stay home tonight.
Yeah, we can't let some of those and they're tall. Their receivers are tall too. We can't let them get behind us, and a lot of jump balls are going to be difficult. So how you neutralize that? You got to get penetration in the backfield, and you got to get hands on the quarterback.
And they will probably run some trick plays.
They're going to run trick plays, and we worked on them. You never, trick play is a trick play. You can work on them all you want, but they catch you off guard. you guys have to rally, and that's kind of what we've done all week, is just try to rally around what they're doing and make plays.
Well, we were kidding last night during the Thursday night broadcast that you wouldn't mind seeing the indoor team see a little rain tonight, but I don't know if that's the case.
Well, it looked like it was going to rain, and it did rain a little bit earlier, but I think we're probably solid the rest of the night. And I'm always for a good monsoon, anytime we can get one, as long as it's not snowing. Then I got to draw the line there. But rain, I'm good with.
Yeah. All right. Well, best of luck against the Tigers tonight.
Thanks a lot, Scott.
Head coach Brian White of the Cougars of Cedar Rapids Kennedy, as we get closer and closer to the kickoff of our broadcast here tonight in this game, as Kennedy takes on Cedar Falls here on a beautiful night from Kingston Stadium. Temperature right now, taking a look at the current conditions, you've got 72 degrees. Not much of a wind, south wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and for week 6, this is about as good as it's going to get.
I tell you what, we have been so fortunate with both the temperature and the fact that we haven't had any rain or weather to speak of. So delays, and I better knock on wood as soon as I say that, or next week it'll all open up the floodgates on us.
I hope not, but yeah, so far so good as far as the weather in 2021 is concerned. More of the pregame show coming up here in just a moment. Epiphany Dermatology is a full-service dermatology practice that treats all conditions of the skin, hair, and nails. Dr. John Wollner has been practicing and treating patients for over 30 years. Epiphany Dermatology has built a reputation based on reliable customer service and quality skin and hair loss treatments. Epiphany Dermatology also places a special emphasis on skin cancer prevention, screenings, and treatment. Call them to book an appointment at 363-9936 and visit their website at epiphanydermatology.com. Epiphany Dermatology, 5264 Council Street Northeast, Suite 700 in Cedar Rapids. At Hunt Graphic Innovations, it's the personal touch that counts. If you're serious about creating an eye-catching website or need assistance in graphic design for print, newsletters, posters, signs, or banners, Hunt Graphic Innovations has the experience to help get the job done. With personal attention and competitive pricing, discover the difference Hunt Graphic Innovations can make for you. Two of our great sponsors here at CRM Live Sports, as the Cedar Falls Tigers assembled in the southeast tunnel, and the Cougars of Kennedy will get ready to come out of the northeast tunnel here. We'll keep tabs on all the scores, but there are some biggies tonight in the state of Iowa. We'll do that on the Emil's Hideaway scoreboard throughout the evening here tonight from Kingston Stadium. I think you and I are both keeping one eye on Linn-Mar at Southeast Polk tonight.
Definitely. Linn-Mar unscathed so far this season, but boy, they got the work cut out for them tonight with the Rams, and some of it might depend on whether their superstar Xavier Wampa's back, the receiver and highly coveted defensive back recruit that everybody in the nation wants.
And we will see Mr. Wampa next week, as well as Caden Proctor and the rest of the Southeast Polk Rams when they take on the Prairie Hawks next week.
Yeah, that one's been circled on my calendar for a long, long time, to be sure. There's another big showdown down in the state capital tonight, too, with West Des Moines Valley and Ankeny, a couple of top 10 teams there, which I think a lot of people have got some designs on from seeing how that's all going to shake out.
Cedar Falls onto the field, the field turf surface, and the Kennedy Cougars will make their appearance here out of the north end zone in just a moment or two. As not a bad crowd assembled here tonight. I think I think we could probably send a picture to the Big Ten office and tell them that they've influenced a little bit, but not too bad anyway.
I think it's safe to say that there's another college game going on tonight that has had a huge influence on the gates here this evening. But you know what? I don't care. Let's have some fun. High school football is fun, and you couldn't have a better matchup than this one here tonight. We get a call.
Yeah, and you may be watching that and listening to us, and we do appreciate that at CRM Live Sports, as the Kennedy Cougars make their way out onto the field turf in their green jerseys with the gold numbers, the black pants, and the green helmets. Cedar Falls in the white jerseys, red numbers, red pants, and the white helmets here tonight. And one of the keys I think I'm going to be looking at, can Cedar Falls get their running game going? They did a little bit last week against Muscatine. Now, granted, Muscatine is 0 for the year.
Yep.
Keep that in mind. But Cedar Falls did show a semblance of the running game last week.
No doubt. And can the Cougars get their running game going? Because we know they have a decent passing attack, but if they could supplement that by getting some nice yardage on runs, if they could knock off some 4 and 5 yard gains consistently tonight and get their offense on track, I think that goes a long way. The thing that I'm looking for tonight is the quarterback of Kennedy going to get pressure? Because I think he is. Both these defensive coordinators tonight are going to bring pressure on the opposing quarterback. And I don't really know that Kennedy has seen the pressure from the teams that they've played so far this year, like they're going to quite see from the defense of Cedar Falls tonight.
There's a trick to it, as you heard from Brian White in the pregame, though. You have to be disciplined in your effort to bring pressure.
Well, there's a lot to that in addition, and I'm talking about the scouting that has gone on, because there's tendencies. Both of these teams, both offensively and defensively, they've scouted down distance. What are the team's tendencies? What are their go-to plays? So you got a couple of staffs here that they have been burning the midnight oil. I know they have. And they've been working hard to get their players coached up for what they suspect is going to happen. But as we learned out at Prairie, Scott, you never know what this Cedar Falls team's got up their bag of tricks.
Cougars will send Isaiah Morgan and Jaron Centers back to receive the kick. Cedar Falls won the toss, deferred to the second half. Kennedy will move into what wind we have here, and Cedar Falls will defend the south goal. We are underway. A high kick, and it will come down to the 3-yard line. Centers angling left to the 10. Little stop and go at the 15. He's going to be brought down shy of the 20-yard line. Going to be a 15-yard return. And Kennedy will have it 1st and 10 with Carson Blitz, the quarterback, number 8 and 5A. In passing, 57.9% completions for 653 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Kennedy will employ a bevy of receivers. They'll start off with 6'5", 190-pound Isaiah Morgan, a senior, and Hayden Klett, 5'11", 200, and a senior. Brandon Lindy, the tight end. They're using him more and more, 6'4", 215 pounds. I formation for the Cougars. On first down, the delay give to Jason Williams off the right side, crosses the 20, and gets to about the 22-yard line. Nolan North on the stop right there for the Cedar Falls Tigers. Jason Williams has had a great start to his junior campaign. 6'1", 180-pound junior, 524 yards, 6 touchdowns on the season. Colin Flanagan, 6'1", 195, and a senior, is the fullback. We'll give the Kennedy front 5 in a moment. Second down, and they'll give it to the fullback, Flanagan, and runs into a pile. Did move it ahead for a couple. They'll give him progress to the 24-yard line. And making the stop for the Tigers, Aiden Hansen, a senior linebacker. Up front for the Cougars, Kennedy's got Aiden Wick and Caden Reese on that left side, 310 and 250. Center, Daniel Eads, 250 pounds and a senior. Ian Wick and Ethan Mills on that right side, 245 and 270. On third down, blitz coming. Blitz rolls to the far side, throws upfield. Catch made by the tight end, Lindy. 40-yard line and out of bounds at the 41-yard line for a Kennedy first down pickup of 17. And that will move the Sticks to the 41-yard line as Lindy with his 10th catch of the year, and they've been all in the last 2 or 3 games or so.
Tough pass for a right-handed quarterback as he's rolling out, bootlegging to his left and having to throw that on the run against his body.
Tigers with the 4-man front. They employ basically a 4-3. Handoff right up the middle and not much. Williams hit and brought down. And making the tackle there was, yes, Drew Campbell, 6'4", 195, only a sophomore.
Well, that's what his big brother did. Remember, we called a couple of playoff game or two when Jack was a sophomore, and we said he was a man-child then.
Morgan will come in with the play. 2nd down and 9. Just underway here in this big top 10 matchup as Kennedy with the ball first with their initial first down of the ball game. 3 receivers, 2 to the right side. blitz to throw. Throws upfield. Ooh, incomplete and nearly intercepted. Jared Centers, the intended receiver, and Caleb Rasty got a good break on that from his corner spot. And it will be a 3rd down and long. And that's the one thing that Kennedy must avoid is 3rd down and long.
Interesting to see what offensive coordinator Kyle Knock has up his sleeve here, because this is going to be a tough one to convert.
3rd and 9 for the Cougars. Ball middle of the field. They need the Cedar Falls 49-yard line. Shotgun snap, back to Blitz. Blitz steps up in the pocket. Still looking. Now he's going to have to run 45 and is hit hard as he goes out of bounds. Going to be shy of the 1st down. Going to actually mark him at about the 48-yard line, but it's still going to bring up a 4th down for Kennedy.
No pressure whatsoever from linebackers or anybody else other than that front 4 defensive line making their rush. Sitting back in zone coverage, just reading the field is the defensive backs for the Tigers.
Trey Campbell, ever dangerous. Drops back, single safety. The rugby-style kick is away, end over end into the wind. And Campbell at the 15-yard line, coming to the left side, to the 20, trying to get to the corner, can't do it, and he is tossed down. Nice defensive play on special teams by Colin Flanagan. And it's going to be only a return of a couple there. And Tigers of Cedar Falls will have it for the first time from the 21-yard line. No score, 9:41 to play here in the opening quarter.
Nice punt there by the Cougars, and great downfield pursuit. Coverage was outstanding.
34-yard punt that time for Bradley. Came in averaging 36. 1st and 10 for Hunter Jacobson and the Cedar Falls offense. They'll run it out of the pistol. Aiden Sorensen will flip-flop. They'll employ 2 tight ends, 1 left and 1 right. Shotgun snap. Jacobson steps up under pressure, and he will go down. Going to lose only about a yard, but the sack in there for Kennedy. Coming up with his 6th of the year was Andrew Myers.
Yep, looking for something to dink and dunk to, but everybody covered by green jerseys.
2nd down and 11. Hunter Jacobson, the quarterback. Senior, 6'1", 170-pounder. And starting off as the running back for the Tigers would be Jacob Keeler, a junior, 6 foot, 165 pounds. Sorensen again will start in motion to the right. Kennedy again showing blitz. On 2nd down, the delayed handoff, Keeler, and he's going to lose a couple more back to the 18-yard line.
This is usually where the nickel package comes in on 3rd and long, but the dime package is coming in.
Yeah, Kennedy's going to send Dominic Mann in there as an extra defensive back and more. 3rd down for the Tigers. They've gone backwards so far. 8:28 to play, 1st quarter, no score. Jacobson in the shotgun, trips to the right. 1 setback. Jacobson rolls the pocket to the right side. Blockers in front, has time, is going to have to take it out of bounds. Nobody open. Forced out of bounds over there by Riker Stelling. And no gain and a 3-and-out for the Cedar Falls offense.
And that was a quick possession for Cedar Falls. Credit the Kennedy defense. They come out snorting right now.
And Kennedy will send back Jared Centers to the 40-yard line to get the punt from Jake Holstein. Here's a snap back, and no pressure. Gets it away. A nice boot. Nice tight spiral. 44-yard line, fielded by Centers. Comes to the near side and brought down at the 46-yard line. 2-yard return of a 38-yard punt. Iowa has taken a 3-0 lead at Maryland on the Emils Hideaway scoreboard. We'll keep you updated on that. You're not going to miss a thing, folks. We got high school scores. We got Iowa. We got everything tonight.
Well, the Big Ten Network's going to replay the speed replay how many times in the next week, too? You're not going to be able to catch this one. There's no TV here tonight.
Nope. So 1st and 10 for the Cougars. as they got it at the 46-yard line. They'll try it out of the shotgun this time. Blitz to throw. Looking left. Throws a slant and almost intercepted. Reisty had it. It was a high throw to Isaiah Morgan. And Mr. Morgan, 6'5", so you know it was high.
Boy, it went from one number 11's hands into the opposing number 11's hands, and neither one of them could secure it.
Nolan North, the safety back there, along with Gavin Steege. You got Caleb Reisty at one corner for Cedar Falls. Some big beef up front for the Tigers. Second down and 10 from the 46-yard line out of the eye. Handoff Williams. Kicks it to the outside. Breaks a tackle 50. Into Tiger territory. Now to the CF 47-yard line. Hard run for Jason Williams as he will go for 7.
Yeah, a little bit of a counter tray action there where 2 linemen pulled and got kick-out blocks on that. And that was beautifully executed there. Those are so hard when you do them right to defend, Scott. You got a couple of big beasters coming at you from the opposite side of the line. Man, you got to get low and just get underneath that and try and take them down in a pile. That's all you can do.
Third down and 3. Cougars need the Tiger 44. Wide side of the field to the right. Twins that way. Shotgun snap, back to blitz. Has time, looking, surveys the field, throws, and behind the receiver, incomplete. Try to get it to Lindy, the tight end. And 1 for 4 start for Carson Blitz, and Kennedy's going to have to kick it. Playing a little field position game here early on.
Got a couple of real good defenses here. Not much of a surprise that in the early punches that are thrown, we're not seeing a lot of offense yet.
Campbell will drop back to the 10. Now remember, Bradley's the backup running back and a rugby-style punter averaging 36 yards a boot. And we've got a penalty flag, our first one of the night.
It'd be the far line judge through this flag.
Now, if this is against Cedar Falls, it's a first down. Yeah, and we got a mic'd official again.
Sounds good. Doesn't quite have the panache that the one we had last night does, but that's still okay.
That's fine. 5-yard mark off. Cougars will try it again, this time from the 48-yard line. And the punt is away. A high, wobbly kick, and Campbell will let it go. It will go sideways and out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. 31-yard punt that time. No score here in this top 10 battle. 7:08 to play here in the opening quarter from Kingston Stadium tonight.
This is what you would expect from a couple of top 10 ranked teams that have solid defenses, is that they got to come out, and the offenses just got to try and find some footing and get a little rhythm going. Right now, neither one has.
Now, Cedar Falls will have Sorensen now in the backfield ahead of Keeler. Going to run it out of the eye this time. Receivers left and right. And they'll run a little option. Handoff to the fullback. Sorensen takes it ahead, and he's got a first down.
Hello. 10 yards like that.
Give him 11. And the initial first down of the night for Cedar Falls. And that's what Cedar Falls did last week. As Brian White said in our pregame, they ran a little bit of speed option. You got to set that up with going to the fullback, though. And that's what the Tigers did. Campbell out to the near side. Caden Jansen, he's 6'5". Campbell, of course, is 6'4". Both big basketballers. Campbell going to UNI. Again, the handoff this time to the fullback once again. Ball came loose. Squirted out as he crossed the 35. Kennedy says they have it. No indication from the officials. And now we're going to have a get-together.
Yeah, all the zebras are right there conferring, and nobody wants to make a decision yet.
Karen Elmore came up with the pigskin. And we're awaiting the officials' ruling here.
Kennedy defenders trying to help them as best they can.
And it will be Kennedy ball. Cougars get the first big turnover of the night, as Elmore came up with the fumble recovery.
Yeah, the Cougars are going to take over at about the Cedar Falls 36.
Boy, how many times do you see big turnovers in big games?
Yes, and if Kennedy can capitalize on that, that's going to be a big break in their favor. Now, keep this in mind, Scott. When we were out at John Wall Field for that Prairie game earlier, Cedar Falls turned it over on their first 2 possessions and still found a way to come back and win that game.
First down from the 37 of Cedar Falls. I formation, counter give right side. Williams and a couple of Tigers there waiting for him. That was Drew Campbell and Aiden Hansen. I tell you what, Drew Campbell, I got a feeling you think there'll be a few college coaches in the next 3 or 2 years coming knocking on the door?
Yeah, they're probably already looking at him.
That's going to be a loss of 1. And a second down and 11 coming up. Klett and Morgan, Jaron centers all to the far side. Coker to the near side. They're going to throw the quick out. Centers with the blocker in front. Looking for some running room. Can't find it. Hit immediately after the catch. Jordan Hopper with the big hit. It's going to be a pickup of about 2.
Yeah, the linebackers in secondary for Cedar Falls are so athletic and they're so skilled in the fundamentals of pursuit and tackling that it's very difficult if you don't get some solid blocking out there to make any of those little screen passes to the wide receivers go.
Kennedy 1 out of 3 so far on third downs. Trips to the right, 1 receiver to the left side, 1 setback, 3rd and 9. Shotgun back. Here's blitz to throw. Deep drop. Now rolls the pocket to the right side. Looking, hit as he throws. Throws sideline, juggled and dropped. Incomplete. Morgan had a shot at it, could not come up with it. And now you're in that position on the field.
Yeah, this is tough because at the 4th and 9, and you're not in field goal range, but you're not even close to field goal range. So,
yeah, it'd be a 52-yard field goal. Too short to punt, so you might as well roll the dice. Tigers are going to bring in an extra defensive lineman. Evan Schenkelberg will come in. 6'2", 220-pound senior. 4th down for Kennedy. 4th down and 9. 4-man rush. Back to throw blitz. Going to throw the near side. Got Lindy out there. Makes the grab. Got behind the D-back. And it will be 1st down and goal at the 10-yard line.
There's your 4th down conversion pass right there. Made it look easy, Scott.
Yeah, gain of 26. How big has a tight end been lately for the Cougars? Maryland has taken the lead. Back from Iowa, 7-3, Terrapins. 1st and goal for the Cougars. Devin Williams out to the left side. They'll hand it off. Jason Williams plowing up the middle to the 5-yard line. Stretches down to about the 3. Was not going to be denied. Broke a couple of arm tackles that time, including one from Jaden King, a 270-pound lineman.
Yeah, Williams with the good body lean there. Kept his legs churning. Looked like a fullback.
2nd down, goal from the 3. Eads over the ball at center. Receivers left and right, again out of the eye, tight end left side, turn, handoff, Williams. Looking for a hole, gets close to the goal line, backing his way toward it. Did he get in? No. Going to be inside the 1-yard line.
Yeah, he got turned around with his back to the end line there. Came very close. I'm not sure that ball can be much closer to the end zone.
Kennedy's going to go with the power triple I. They're going to send Alex Cook in there. And you can bet your bottom dollar you're going to see 3 in the backfield.
Yep. And they've got 2 shots from here. 3rd and goal from the half-inch line.
Flanagan, Cook, and Williams. Under 4 to play first quarter. Quarterback sneak for blitz. He's in. Touchdown, Kennedy. And the Cougars take advantage of the Cedar Falls turnover. Well, you got 2 big bodies behind you. Just take it yourself.
Yeah, when you've got all that beef behind you pushing and you got the big beef in front of you that's pushing, pretty tough to stop that quarterback sneak.
So Kennedy scores. 2 minutes, 41 seconds, 37-yard drive. As Bradley will try to tack on the extra point out of the Brendan Rader hold. It's on the way, and it is good. And it's 7-0 in favor of the Kennedy Cougars with 3:51 to play here in the opening quarter. Looking for a family-owned, friendly experience when you need dental care? You will find it at the Dental Center. The Dental Center has been caring for patients in the corridor for over 50 years. Doctors Chris, Jenna, and Kyle Hangeman, Brad Stovey, and Shannon Hanks provide dental care for the entire family from age 3 through 103. The staff at the dental center understand that some patients have dental anxiety, and they are very experienced at making them feel comforted and cared during their visit. Because at the dental center, patients are more than patients. They are part of our dental center family. The dental center, with 2 convenient locations in Southeast Cedar Rapids on Mount Vernon Road and in Hiawatha. Quality, comfortable care. Kennedy will kick off with Bradley from left to right. Cougars take advantage of the turnover and lead 7-0. Bradley has it teed up at the 40-yard line. Trey Campbell, one of the deep men for the Tigers. And Carter Ernst also back there. Here's the kick. High, short-ish kick. One of the upbacks. North will take it to the 20-yard line. Trying to get to the corner. Turns it to the 25 and brought down at the 26-yard line. And that's where the Tigers will put it in play, down 7-0. Well, that's the start you want if you're Kennedy.
No doubt about it. Their defense has just been lights out in the first 2 series, producing the fumble that led to the score, where we're at 7-0 right now. We'll see what kind of adjustments offensively get made by Brad Remmert and his Cedar Falls Tigers here, because they haven't been able to run the ball, and I got to think they're going to try and scratch where it itches a little somewhere else.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball right hash mark 26-yard line. Off the fake, Jacobson rolls, throws upfield while he's falling down. Incomplete, a dangerous pass. Alex Cook was in there and forced that early throw.
Tried to do his best Patrick Mahomes impersonation there, but there's only one of him.
Yeah, and that hasn't gone real well as of late.
Early. Patience. Patience, Chiefs fans. RELAX.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. 2nd down and 10 from the 27-yard line. I formation. Tailback Keeler in there very deep. They're going to toss it to him. Keeler trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, won't do it. And did the ball come out again? And it did. Kennedy's got it. Riker Stelling's got the football. 2 successive running plays, 2 turnovers for the Tigers.
Hello, Kennedy's going to come out with their offense yet again. And they're going to be just outside the red zone at the 24 of Cedar Falls.
Well, Brad Remmert, this is not anything like he wanted to come out with. The veteran coach for the Cedar Falls Tigers. And Kennedy will scrimmage from the 25-yard line in Tiger territory. 2nd turnover for Cedar Falls. Out of the eye, off play action, back to throw his blitz. Going to throw the right sideline, catch made on the crossing tight end. Pattern to Lindy. Out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
3 out patterns all flooding the right zone there. And the middleman was the one that was uncovered.
Kennedy, of course, still can run the football, but a lot more diversified this year with that passing game. Kled out to the left side on 1st down. Handoff, Jason Williams started outside, cut it back to the middle, and tripped up as he got 2 down to the 10-yard line. 7-0 Cougars, 3:14 to play opening quarter, and Kennedy in the red zone again after a second Cedar Falls fumble. Tigers got behind against Prairie in the game we saw earlier this year, like you said.
First 2 possessions, fumble and an interception.
You don't want to get too far behind.
No, you can't keep winning and doing that consistently.
Quarterback sneak, blitz, up the middle, got pretty good yardage, got 4 out of it. Just following his center, Daniel Eads, the 250-pound senior.
When you run a 43 defense, Scott, sometimes if that Mike linebacker doesn't line up right over the center and he's offset one way or the other, a lot of teams will just give their quarterback the free green light to run to the opposite side that the Mike linebacker's not on.
3rd down 4 for Kennedy. 16 still on the play clock. 2:22 to play first quarter. Cougars will send Jaron Centers and Klett to the left side. Isaiah Morgan to the right side. 1 setback. out of the shotgun, and now Morgan moved early. This will cost Kennedy, and this is a pretty big penalty.
5 yards. Remains third down.
And it takes a 3rd and 3, or 3rd and 4, and makes it a 3rd and 9 real quick.
After the penalty, it's 3rd down and 9.
Devin Williams coming into the Cougar lineup as an extra wide receiver. Kennedy just inside the right hash mark. 3rd down and 9 at the Cedar Falls 11-yard line. One set back. Out of the shotgun. Blitz. Deep drop. Throws the crossing pattern. Catch made by Lindy, the tight end, at the 5-yard line and brought down right there. Couple of Tigers converge. Owen Denholm, a senior linebacker. First one to get there. Now what do you do here?
They may kick this field goal.
I got to think you kick here.
Yep.
That's already the 4th catch for the tight end.
You know what I'm surprised most by here, Scott, as we watch the field goal unit come out, Cedar Falls defense hasn't dialed up one blitz on Carson blitz yet tonight.
Going to be a 23-yard attempt by Luke Bradley. Raider to hold from the far hash mark for the play clock. Good snap, placed down, kick on its way. It's up, and it is good. So 10 points off of turnovers as Bradley connects on the 23-yard field goal. 1:20 to play here in the opening quarter, and it's a 10-0 lead for the Kennedy Cougars here tonight at Kingston. In your search for your favorite restaurant at Cedar Rapids, come to Emil's Hideaway. Emil's is the home for the best tasting American food around. Choose from your favorites: chicken, pasta dishes, pizzas, burgers, and fries. Whether you're bringing the whole family for a meal or wetting your whistle at our fully stocked bar, there's something to satisfy all ages and tastes at our classic American local restaurant. Need catering for your next party or event? Emil's has that too. Call them for details. Emil's Hideaway, open Monday through Saturday at 4 p.m., is right next to Home Depot and across from Lyndale Mall on 1st Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. 1:20 to play, opening quarter. Cougars hold it for 2:10 that time. And getting ready to kick off is Bradley. Here's the approach. And the boot from left to right. Again, trying to keep it away from Campbell, and he's not going to get this one either. Ernst coming to the 20, to the 25, 30. Little hold. 35 stumbles across the 40 and out to the 42-yard line. Both hands on the ball that time. That was Jordan Hepner, actually.
2 consecutive possessions of fumbling the ball away for Cedar Falls have yielded 10 Kennedy Cougar points. So you better believe anybody that touches that pigskin wearing red and white is going to be covering that ball.
Well, a little bit of a reprieve for the Cedar Falls Tigers there, holding Kennedy to a field goal. 1st and 10. Tigers will scrimmage from the 42-yard line. Now they'll put the tight ends in a slot to the left side. Sorensen over there. High snap. This is going to be a student body left, keeper by Jacobson, and he might have lost the ball. Got poked out again, but I think he fell on it, and he did at the 44-yard line. What is happening down there?
Boy, and he's getting up slow too, Scott.
Oh, yeah.
His ankle is not solid as he comes back to that huddle.
And I think the officials are going to make him leave this football game.
Yeah, we're going to see a backup here.
Oh, boy. Well, like Brian White said in the pregame, you don't want to see any injuries. On the Emil's Hideaway scoreboard, first quarter score, it is Davenport Assumption leading Mount Vernon 7-0.
Cedar Rapids Prairie having their way at Waterloo West, scored on their first 3 possessions, up 21-0 there.
And you've got a embedded reporter down in Dutch country tonight, correct?
I do, and there's no report yet from the Big P, Pella.
Second down and 8, and now a new quarterback in there for the Tigers. And it's going to be, trying to find the number on that young man, 15. That is Nolan North. Nope, check that. It's 14. That is Gavin Steege, and he pitches it out at the last second and brought down as Keeler with a flag down. It might be a face mask on the Cougars.
Man, you come in as a backup quarterback, and what's the first play that Remmert calls for him to do? A speed option. Oh, my gosh. Talk about coming into the frying pan in the fire.
Five-yard face mask on the defense.
5-yard face mask, as you heard. Third penalty here in the first quarter for the Cougars. 34 seconds to play. Could be the final play of the first quarter coming up in this top 10 battle here tonight at Kingston Stadium. On second down and 2. Steege to throw. Going to throw deep right side. Got a good arm, but overshot his receiver as he tried to get it to Caden Jansen. Incomplete.
A little too deep. Jansen did have a step on his defender.
And it'll be a third down with 14 seconds to play here in quarter number 1. Big story here in the first quarter. 2 Tiger turnovers have turned into 10 points for Cedar Rapids Kennedy. And it will be a third down coming up for Cedar Falls. Third down at 2. Stutter motion to the left by the tight end. Steege going to throw the out, and it's too high for Campbell, incomplete.
That was a catchable ball, though. Campbell's got to go up and get that.
And it's a fourth down with 11 seconds to play here in the quarter.
Well, Tigers are going to have to punt.
So Kennedy is going to get it back as Iowa takes a 10-7 lead.
My goodness.
Offense.
Just going back and forth out there.
That is a second quarter score, by the way. Tigers to punt it away. And Centers will drop back to about his 15-yard line. Rush coming, and good punt. Centers will field at the 7-yard line. Coming to the right side, eludes the first man, and still on his feet, being pushed backwards. And now the whistles will come in as we come to the end of the first quarter. Got away from Caleb Rasty, and see where they're going to mark that ball. Looks like it's going to be at the 9-yard line as we come to the end of a Kennedy-dominated first quarter of play here from Kingston Stadium. Number 2, Cedar Rapids Kennedy after 1, 10. Number 9, Cedar Falls, nothing. First Federal Credit Union has been helping homeowners for almost a century. Options are crucial when it comes to a first-time home purchase, mortgage refinancing, or a bill consolidation loan. Being able to select the absolute best loan for your situation can literally save you thousands of dollars over the life of the loan. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or an experienced homeowner, First Federal Credit Union will work to find a solution that is right for you. Learn more at firstfedcu.com. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender. And Cedar Rapids Millwork, providing outstanding service to Eastern Iowa for over 50 years. Quality products including windows, doors, moldings, hardware, stair parts, specialties, and cabinets. Locally owned and operated, Cedar Rapids Millwork has in-house production providing innovative quality services for contractors and their customers of the corridor. Cedar Rapids Millwork, 1950 Progress Drive in Hiawatha, and online at cedarrapidsmillwork.com. Thanks to Jamie, Kevin, Andy, everybody at Cedar Rapids Millwork for coming on board this week as a new sponsor. Appreciate that. On first down, handoff up the middle on the delay, and a first down run across the 20 for Jason Williams to the 21-yard line. Little different look that time. 35 yards now for Williams. We'll get you the first half stats here as we start quarter number 2.
Well, you know, that's one of the things that you can do when you've got your passing game clicking like Kennedy does right now, and that's to run a draw. Well, that tailback draw, I mean, it worked like it's supposed to work, but that's because of your passing attack.
Yep. First and 10, Kennedy. Ball on the 22-yard line. Shotgun once again off the fake. And here's the throw. Centers on the near side. Makes the catch. Turns it up the sideline. 40. Cuts it back. Breaks the tackle. 50. In the open field. 40. Down the numbers. 30 to the 20. 15. 10. 5. And he's in for the touchdown. Big play of 78 yards. And Centers just ran by everybody.
78-yard scamper on the out pattern, for goodness sake. I'm not sure Cedar Falls is mentally into this game on either side of the ball tonight, which is a shock for that program.
And they better be soon, because it is 16-0 in favor of Kennedy. And right now, Cedar Falls trying to figure out the license plate of the truck that's hit them.
Well, they've had some self-inflicted wounds, but boy, you can't blame the fumbling the ball away on that particular one. A 78-yard out pattern pass for a touchdown.
Bradley for the extra point try on the way and good. And it is a 17-0 lead for second-rated Kennedy. You think this one's going to get some folks' attention around the state?
Absolutely. Kennedy unable to do anything wrong right now in all three phases of the game, and seemingly just the opposite for Cedar Falls. You look over on the Cedar Falls sideline right now, their body language is kind of a little bit droopy. They're looking defeated, heads down right now, hands on hips. Their coach is not panicking or anything. Nobody's screaming at anybody else, but I'm sure that there's some interesting discussion going on.
We'll have the Ben Ritter Sportswear halftime show coming your way at the break. Ben Ritter Sportswear in Cedar Rapids is your complete apparel and headwear provider. Ben Ritter is your one-stop store for screen print and embroidery for polos, t-shirts, hats, and more for any age from newborns to adults. Need screen printing or embroidery for your company or a special event? Ben Ritter is the answer, as they work with local teams, clubs, organizations, and businesses from startup to finish to provide the look that you need with exceptional turnaround time. Ben Ritter is also the local apparel supplier for the Cedar Rapids Colonels and Rough Riders. Ben Ritter Sportswear, 817 2nd Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. Call them at 364-3479. 17-0 Kennedy. Wow. And here is the kick, and we're going to have an offside on the Cougars on the kick.
Well, why not? They're licking their chops to get down. Everything's going right now. You want to get down there and be the next guy to make the play and not let the other 10 guys down.
Looks like the Hawks missed the extra point, though. And it remains 9-7. How about that?
That's not something you usually see from a PAT team for the Hawks.
Here it's 17-0 Kennedy.
And we're just into the beginning part of the second quarter. Two Cedar Falls fumbles yielded a touchdown and a field goal, and then the shocking 78-yard touchdown strike from blitz to centers.
Here is the approach. Bradley with the kick. Short-ish kick, but Campbell's going to get a shot at it. Coming to the 20, to the 25, sidesteps one. Nope, that is Hepner. Across the 30, out to the 31-yard line. Of course, they flip-flopped him. Kennedy was not fooled, and they kicked it to Hepner instead of Campbell.
Hepner's a pretty good athlete in his own right, though.
Yes, he is. 17-0 Cougars have blitzed. No pun intended, or maybe there is a pun intended, over the Cedar Falls Tigers.
Is Jacobson back in? No, he's not.
And Cedar Falls with their backup quarterback in there with Stagey. First down from the 31-yard line. Handoff, nothing doing. Absolute avalanche.
It's on the ground again.
And did Kennedy get it again? They did.
Yes, they did. Another one.
Number 2 for Riker Stelling. My goodness.
3 fumbles in 4 possessions for Cedar Falls. And the Kennedy offense is going to come out yet again with the short porch, this time at the CF 29.
That was Carter Ernst on his first carry of the night. Yields a loss of 2 and a fumble.
The offense for Cedar Falls is going off over to their bench right now, and they are bumfuzzled. That's the only word I can. They don't know what hit them.
First down and 10 here on CRM Live Sports. Kennedy up 17-0. Wide side of the field to the left. They'll give it to the fullback on the dive, and Flanagan back to the line of scrimmage. And that is all on his first carry of the night. Cedar Falls without their starting quarterback. They fumbled 3 times. And the Tigers right now, as far as total yardage is concerned, have 12 yards. Kennedy had 98 in that first quarter, and they've added to it. I don't think anyone foresaw this one coming. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Second down at 10. Here comes the blitz for the first time. And blitz rolls to the left side. Man wide open. Morgan with a catch. Turns it up at the 20-yard line. He's got a first down to the Tiger 16-yard line on a gain of 13. As so far, 7 of 11 works in Vegas, works here for 152 yards and a touchdown for Carson Blitz. They'll run it out of the eye on first down. Handoff Williams up the pipe and inside the 15 and down to the 13-yard line, where he was wrapped up there by Ben Burleson, 6'2", 270-pound senior defensive lineman. And Williams will get a gain of 3. 17-0 Kennedy. Cedar Falls has fumbled 3 times without their quarterback, Hunter Jacobson, as well. And Steege is still warming up on the sideline. Second down counter, short side. Here's Williams, nice stiff arm. Gets to the 10-yard line and pushed back right there.
You know, I can't tell you, Scott, how effortless it is to play a game like this when you're in Kennedy's circumstances right now, when everything's clicking. You just go out there and the game just flows. Everything just comes to you like this. And for Cedar Falls, it's a nightmare because you're trying to think, how do I plug this hole in the dike? And everything you try, just you see another hole springing a leak.
Kennedy still only 1 out of 5 on third down try. Shotgun, here's blitz, looking left, still looking, throws the end zone, man wide open is centers. He's got his second touchdown catch of the night.
10-yard strike, wide open in the middle of the end zone.
And the Cougars absolutely pouring it on. Third touchdown pass of the first half for Carson Blitz. And it is 23-0.
Pending the point after attempt.
And Bradley's extra point is no good.
Oh.
He hooked it. And it stays 23-0 Kennedy with 8:49 to play here in the opening half at Kingston Stadium. No matter where you are in life, Hills Bank is here to help you succeed. Whether you're buying your first house, saving for your child's future, or preparing for retirement, you can count on the people at Hills Bank for the support you need to reach your goals. It's easy to connect with a banker over the phone or on hillsbank.com because we believe banking is better through human connection. Hills Bank is an equal housing lender and FDIC member. And a big thanks to Kevin and everybody at Jonesy's on Wiley Boulevard. They're an Eastern Iowa tradition. Jonesy's on Wiley Boulevard in Cedar Rapids. Jonesy's is the home of undoubtedly the biggest and best tenderloins, not only in Iowa, but the world. But did you also know they have other great meal options too, like chicken fried steak and hot beef? Jonesy's also serves sandwiches and appetizers that will make your mouth water. Jonesy's, home of the biggest and best tenderloins, on Wiley Boulevard Southwest in Cedar Rapids.
Just started the second quarter up in Waterloo as well, Scott, and Prairie already has the continuous clock going over Waterloo West, 35-0.
And Iowa's up 17-7 now. Here is the kick. Hepner fields it at the 5. Coming right, 10, 15, cuts to the 20-yard line. Still on his feet, 25, and good return out to about the 28-yard line.
Jordan Hettner on the return.
as he'll bring it back for about 23.
Bradley and number 34, Michael
And I'm not sure that well, I'm going to look to the sideline. I was trying to find Hunter Jacobson a little bit earlier on, and you don't want to give up the ghost right now if you're the Tigers, John, but it's 24-0. Nothing has gone right.
23.
23, I beg your pardon. Your starting quarterback, I can't even find him on the sideline right now. And yikes. 1st and 10. Stagey going to give it on the reverse. Here comes Campbell trying to get to the near side corner. Good job at pursuit. Kennedy stayed home. Mulherron was there along with Riker Stelling.
Trey Campbell, the ball carrier.
And that's going to be a gain of 5 out to the 34-yard line.
At the 34-yard line.
When you're going to a reverse, you're drawing at straws right now. They cannot get any of their regular plays, the bread and butter stuff going for Cedar Falls. You go to that reverse like that, but Stelling he was all over that for Kennedy.
2nd down and 5, right side hash mark for the Tigers at the 34-yard line. And now we've got movement up front on Kennedy.
I think we had a hard count there that drew a couple of Cougars off. And that'll be close to a 1st down, but maybe not quite enough.
5 penalties, all 5-yarders for Kennedy. For Kennedy.
Yeah, they'll be just short of a 1st down. Well, now they're moving the chains.
Yep, they're going to give them the 1st down.
Okay, they deliberated and changed their mind.
2nd 1st down of the 1st half. Clock rolling, 8:34 to play. 1st half, 23-0. Kennedy on top. Shotgun snap to Stagey. Pump fake. Steps up in the pocket, throws, and a diving catch made for a 1st down by Trey Campbell at the Kennedy 49-yard line. That'll be a gain of 12 for the future UNI Panther.
Pass complete to number 4, Trey Campbell.
And Stagey 1 for 3. That's his first completion of the night.
He was on the run, scrambling for his life when he saw Campbell down there.
1st and 10, Tigers. They'll run it out of the eye. Sorensen the fullback. And Keeler is the tailback against the blitz. Handoff up the middle to the 40 and a 1st down run. He beat the blitz and got down to the Cougar 38-yard line. And Keeler's 2nd carry, he's got 9 yards, and that one yields a 1st down.
Another 1st down, a couple in a row here now. The 2nd string quarterback's got some little bit of rhythm going for his offense.
Caleb Jones up front, along with Andrew Myers, who already has his 6th sack of the year tonight. Noah Gritton, 250-pound senior. Hybrids are Michael Mulherron and Karan Elmore, Alex Cook, Riker Stelling, the outside backers. Dylan Davis, the middle linebacker for Kennedy. Centers Pope and Shears in the defensive secondary. Stagey rolling, throwing for his life, and is almost picked off. And that was Mulherron, who almost got it, and he would have been gone. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Still trying to find Hunter Jacobson over there.
Is he on the training table? Right in the middle? Can't see a number, but there's somebody sitting on the training table sideways.
Oh, yeah, that's him. Yep. And he does not have a hat with him. And now we've got Kennedy jumping offside and Cedar Falls moving. So that usually goes against the offense. But we'll see. Cedar Falls is backing up, though. See what the officials have to say. Yeah, we need to get some speaking lessons to tonight's official.
You know, a lot of times those officials, they throw their flag and they have got a little bit of vengeance the way they throw it. Or the guy we had last night, he was a little animated when he would turn on his mic.
Hunter Jacobson is on the training table and he has ice on his left knee. On 2nd down, back to throw Stagey. Going to throw the near sideline, and the catch made on the out by big Caden Jansen. So he got a little bit of that penalty yardage back. He's going to go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That's Jansen's first catch of the night.
Steggy coming in relief. He's kind of starting to get a little bit of a feel from being out on the field there. He looked like a doe in the headlights when he first came out for first possession, but now he's kind of getting his feet underneath him.
Well, you hope Jacobson is not hurt badly, because that's not only your quarterback, but that's also probably your off guard in basketball for Dad, or, well, his dad, the UNI coach.
Yeah, future.
Counter, and nothing doing for Keeler. Cook and Mulhern were there when the handoff was made. And it's going to be a loss of a yard. 3rd down and 8. And we're going to get a Tiger timeout. I think Brad Reverend knows how big this play coming up. Actually, that was 3rd down, so now it's 4th down and 7 coming up for Cedar Falls. 23-0 Kennedy with 6:54 to play here in the opening half. We'll have the Bim Ritter halftime show. We'll take a look at the Emil's Hideaway scoreboard coming up at the break. American Family Insurance agent Kurt Gustafson is committed to inspiring and protecting dreams right here in Cedar Rapids and the surrounding area. He starts by getting to know you and your needs and build a free auto, home, or life insurance quote. By bundling policies, we can often offer a variety of discounts. Whether you're purchasing a car, buying property, managing an investment property, starting a small business, or leaving behind a legacy, we've got your back as you pursue your dreams, and we'll help protect them. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. See Kurt Gustafson Agency of American Family Insurance on Johnson Avenue Southwest, right across from the Johnson Avenue Hy-Vee for more details. As 4th down at 7, Tigers keeping the offense out there, down 23-0. CF needs to get down to the Kennedy 28. Here comes the blitz. Steege back to throw, under pressure, penalty flag down. Rolling left, throws in the run, intercepted. 33-yard line, 45, bringing it back to Kai Pope. Or no, check that, Elmore. 23, not 21, as Elmore comes up with the pick. I think this is going to be a hold, John.
And it will be declined.
On the offense.
And Kennedy will get it off the 4th Tiger turnover.
Unbelievable. 3 fumbles lost and an interception by Cedar Falls.
And Elmore was just right there waiting for it, playing center field from that hybrid spot.
You know, those of you who have days in your lives, hopefully not, but when you have days in your lives when absolutely everything goes wrong, that's Cedar Falls and football team so far in this first half. And you have other days where you can do nothing wrong, that's Kennedy in the first half.
Cougars up 23-0 with a 1st down and 10. And Kennedy will hand it off. Here comes Williams, coming off tackle left, and gets to about the Tiger 46-yard line. Hepner comes up to make the stop on a pickup of 2. 44 yards in the first half for Jason Williams. And it'll be 2nd down and 8. Kennedy over the ball at center as we come up on 6 minutes remaining. Cougars going with the win. Handoff to the fullback. Ahead, Flanagan bounces off one, moves a pile, and he's close to a 1st down at the Tiger 38, maybe the 37. And they will move the chains. 1st down, Kennedy. 8-yard run for Colin Flanagan.
Effortless play calling for Kyle Knock right now. Just looks down at his sheet. Well, let's see. What do we want to try now?
This is working. That's working. Yeah, good stuff.
Who needs to get the ball? Let's give it to...
Kennedy's going to go with the spread look here. 2 left, 2 right, 10 on the play clock. Shotgun for Blitz, who's coming up on 200 yards. Going to throw in the middle of the field. Leaping catch made by Klett. He's got a 1st down. Penalty flag, though, down by the quarterback.
It's going to be a roughing.
They hit him late.
Going to hit him late, so it's going to tack on a few more yards here.
It's a 20-yard completion. See what the penalty's about. And you think a little frustration starting to set in for Cedar Falls?
Very uncharacteristic. I'll just put it that way. been watching Cedar Falls for many decades, and this is just not what their program is about. And some days you get the bear, and some day the bear gets you, Scott.
Or some days you're the windshield, and some days you're the bug. First and goal, Kennedy just inside the Cedar Falls 10-yard line. Mulheron in there as a slot. Kennedy's going to go with 2 tight ends. Here's Blitz throwing the middle of the field. Leaping catch. Lindy touchdown. In traffic. The big 6'4" tight end went up, brought it down. And the Cougars are just having fun right now. 29-0. 4th touchdown pass of the night for Carson Blitz.
7 possessions in this first half for Kennedy. The first 2 yielded punts, and the next 5, 4 touchdowns and a field goal.
Wow. Extra point from Bradley coming up. Good snap. Plays down. Kick on its way, and that one is good. 30-0 in favor of the Cougars. 3rd touchdown pass. I got ahead of myself from Carson
It's
Blitz.
easy to games like this.
That's Lindy from 10 yards out. Still 5:12 to play here in the opening quarter, and the Cougars now with a 30-0 lead. 4 turnovers, and Kennedy has turned that into 27 points.
Man. Unbelievable.
That's efficiency.
Unbelievable. Kennedy fans on the west side of Kingston Stadium enjoying every bit of this romp right now.
Bradley will get ready to kick it away here for Cedar Rapids Kennedy. One of our great sponsors tonight, First Federal Credit Union. First Federal Credit Union is proud to support and sponsor high school athletics. We understand the hard work and dedication it takes for these students to succeed on the field or in the classroom. At First Federal Credit Union, we work hard every day to listen, solve problems, and are dedicated to finding ways to help you with your financial needs. From home loans to auto loans, checking, or even the best savings rates in town, we're here to help you achieve your goals. Learn more about First Federal Credit Union at firstfedcu.com, member NCUA. Kick comes down. Hepner at the 15 to the 20-yard line, 25-yard line, and Bulldog down as he gets to the 26-yard line. And I am just, I'm dumbfounded.
Yeah, imagine what's like over on that Cedar Falls sideline right now. Look at all the guys sitting on the bench. Look at all the guys that are hands on their hips, looking down at the ground. I mean, they're nonverbals. They're beaten right now. They're just looking beaten. I don't know if they're going to be able to regroup at halftime, Scott, either. They look at that 30-0 on the board there. Still 5 minutes before they get to go into the locker room and try and come up with some kind of a strategy. Just tough.
Well, there was a late flag, and we'll see what this is about.
During the dead ball, unsportsmanlike. On it goes.
Well, a coach with something to say.
Frustration.
That's going to be half the distance. And Brad Remmert now taking control of that sideline again, telling everybody to get back. And Iowa has made it 24-7, taking advantage of 2 turnovers.
My goodness. Well, that's their modus operandi. Get those turnovers, that defense.
Shotgun, Steege on the handoff up the middle, and this is the tailback Keeler. And he'll take it to the 19-yard line. They actually started that, John, at the 13. That was a dead ball, so it was first down and 20. To make matters worse.
Think of all the ways that it can get worse, and it is happening for Cedar Falls.
Got it to a second down and 17 now at the 19-yard line. There's still 4.5 to play in the first half. And Kennedy ahead 30-0. Shotgun snap. They're going to run a little option. Steege turns it up, and not much. Crosses the 20 and gets out to about the 22-yard line. Alex Cook, Dylan Davis And Elmore in there for the Cougars. Hunter Jacobson out for the rest of the game, it looks like. For Cedar Falls, starting quarterback. We just hope it's not a bad injury. They've got ice on his left knee. They are taking a look at it. But that would be bad news all around for the Tigers. 3rd down and 13. Cedar Falls 0 for 3. Shotgun snap, a high one, blitz coming, throw up the middle, leaping catch made by the tight end, and they're going to get a first down out of it. Taking it up ahead was big William Lynch, 6'4", 225.
That was a great effort to get that ball on the receiver for Cedar Falls' part, but I'm here to tell you that another inch or two lower, and that would have been another pick for Kennedy.
Stelling on the stop, and a first down for the Tigers, their 4th of the night.
First down, Tigers on their 40-yard line.
1st and 10, Cedar Falls, 40-yard line, and we're going to get a Cedar Falls timeout. Timeout Tigers with 3:20 to play here in the opening half, and the Kennedy Cougars enjoying a 30-0 advantage. Number 2 leading number 9. We'll have scores coming your way at halftime on the Bim Ritter Sportswear Halftime Show. Looking forward to that. Iowa had 24-7 in the second quarter, and they've got the ball again on another interception.
Man.
Tagovailoa not doing well here in the first half for Maryland.
That's secondary for Iowa, though. They're doing it against everybody.
Yeah, they are.
This might be one of the best secondaries that institution has ever seen. And speaking of that, who's their number 2 free safety waiting to get in, get his shot?
That's Mr. Schulte.
Mr. Quinn Schulte. I hope he's on scholarship soon if he's not already, because you crack that too deep, I think you should be getting a little help.
It's a first down. Oh, bad shotgun snap. Goes behind the quarterback, and he's just going to have to go back and cover it up. And add that to the checklist of things going wrong tonight for the Tigers.
So 1st and 10 turns into 1st and 31.
And a loss of 21.
Jeez.
3 minutes to play. Clock running here in the first half. As Kennedy has scored 4 times off of Cedar Falls turnovers. 2nd down. Here is the Wildcat. Campbell's going to play a little quarterback. Trey Campbell throws it out there. And Jansen with the catch at the 28-yard line.
That was a nice pass.
See what? What? There's nothing Trey Campbell can't do.
He's a natural, isn't he? I bet if they asked him to punt, he'd probably rocket one off his foot.
Probably would. That's an 11-yard pass. But it is still 3rd down and 21.
In case you're feeling too good about that.
Ryan Fink into the game, the senior, wide out to the right side, one receiver to the left. And Campbell in there at quarterback still. He's going to throw it again. Throws the middle. How about one for the thumb?
It's picked.
Riker Stelling with the interception. He's got 2 fumbles and now an interception.
Oh, my.
And Kennedy has got it back, and another short field for the Cougars.
The last 6 Cedar Falls possessions yield 5 turnovers, 3 fumbles, 2 interceptions.
No one saw this coming.
You know, you can have an off night and you don't feel good about it. This is more than an off night for Cedar Falls. This is just one of those deals where Cedar Falls is just not able to get anything going, shooting themselves in the foot time after time, and Kennedy just playing perfect.
First down, blitz, back to throw, and a penalty flag will stop the play. And that will be more than likely against the Cougars. Make it 1st and 15, but we'll see. 5-yard penalty. Kennedy, one thing Brian White will harp on at halftime, that's 6 penalties.
That would be a head coach, though. Every head coach is a perfectionist. There never was a perfect game played for any head coach.
8 straight completions for Carson Blitz. He's back to make it 9. Rolls the pocket to the right, throws sideline, and that's going to break up the streak.
There you jinxed him.
I'm sorry.
But that's a stat listeners at home need to know, though.
He was now 10 of 15 for well over 200 yards. And it's 2nd and 15 with 2:14 to play here in the opening half. As Jaron Centers will come in with the play for the Cougars. Ball on the right hash mark, 2nd down at 15. Kennedy up 30-0. Blitz to throw. Rolls the pocket to the right side. Being chased by Campbell. Throws upfield. Coming back and making the catch for Kennedy was Lindy, the tight end. Helping your quarterback. That'll be a gain of 8. Lindy with 6 catches, 79 yards, and a touchdown in the first half.
My goodness. That's some nice stats for a first half.
It's a season for some people.
It is, especially tight ends.
3rd down, 7. Kennedy at the Cedar Falls 33, up 30-0 in this battle of top 10 5A teams. Here is a double reverse. Statue of Liberty back to blitz. Throws downfield. Too high for Morgan. Double reverse pass and a penalty flag is down again. Did they rough the quarterback again?
I don't think this one was a roughing. I think it might be a hold on Kennedy, in fact.
Well, that was way back there.
Forward pass. Up the offense. Second pass is illegal. That's loss of down. 5-yard penalty.
Legal forward pass on Kennedy. One of those shovels was forward. You got to turn your mic off, sir. That was the most animated he was tonight.
Yeah, he wasn't happy about that one.
And right here. Well, a little something to throw on the old game film there.
You know, that's not we don't see that hanky come out very often there.
Kennedy tried the double reverse, pitch back, and flea flicker didn't work. But it was fun to watch.
Well, I don't know. Some on the Cedar Falls side might say that's just piling on.
Timeout going to be taken here by the Tigers. Now, this is the first meeting between these two teams in a while. First meeting between Cedar Falls and Kennedy since 2015.
Surprise.
Cougars won that one 21-7. The previous two meetings, 2012 and 2014, won by Cedar Falls. So timeout here. We'll have the Bim Ritter Sportswear halftime show coming your way at the break. So stay tuned for that here tonight from Kingston Stadium here in Cedar Rapids. As this one has been all Kennedy here in the first half. But the Cougars with a 4th down at 22 upcoming. With a minute and 36 to play here in the first half. Bradley the punt. Line of scrimmage, the Tiger 47-yard line. Gets it away. Ooh, a low one. Barely got over the line of scrimmage, but it's going to take a huge Kennedy bounce. Well, this is the way the night has gone. That didn't get over 8 feet off the ground, and it's going to end up being down at the 12-yard line.
And why not? Everything else has stuck in their thumb and pulled out a plum so far in this first half.
That's a 35-yarder. And we'll see what Brad Rimmert elects to do right here with 1:24 to play in the half. And you're down to your second and third string quarterback. Campbell is back in there, but he's going to go back to his accustomed wideout spot. Jacob Keeler will stay in there as the running back for Gavin Steege. And the inside handoff and the read option to Keeler as he falls across the 15 out to the 16-yard line. He'll pick up 4. Keeler getting up, limping a little bit. Dylan Davis, the All-State baseballer, making the stop. 6'6", 210-pound senior middle linebacker for Kennedy. Second down and 6, make it off the gain of 4. High snap, Steege has to field it, then shoveled it ahead. Is it a loose ball? No, incomplete pass. Officials are going to say an incomplete pass.
I don't know about that.
Well, there's no replay.
There's not going to be a replay because it was called by the white hat in the backfield, but I'm thinking that was a fumble. This observer would call that a fumble.
Well, the main observer says...
Yeah, the one that has the whistle in his mouth says no.
Well, Iowa's doing the same thing to Maryland as Kennedy is doing to Cedar Falls. It's now 31-7. 4 turnovers and a ton of penalties on Maryland.
And everyone was worried about Iowa's offense, right?
3rd down and 6. Short field's help. Ask the Cougars. Steege on the handoff to Keeler, still in there, coming left tackle, and he'll spin his way ahead to the 19. And I think Kennedy's going to take a timeout.
We're going to get one more score and put this into the continuous clock when they come out second half.
37 seconds to play here in the first half, and the Cougars will use a timeout. Looking for a family-owned, friendly experience when you need dental care? You will find it at the Dental Center. The Dental Center has been caring for patients in the corridor for over 50 years. Doctors Chris, Jen, and Kyle Hangeman, Brad Stovey, and Shannon Hanks provide dental care for the entire family from age 3 through 103. The staff at the Dental Center understand that some patients have dental anxiety, and they are very experienced in making them feel comforted and cared during their visit. Because at the Dental Center, patients are more than patients, they are part of our Dental Center family. The Dental Center, with 2 convenient locations in Southeast Cedar Rapids on Mount Vernon Road and in Hiawatha, quality, comfortable care. We'll pick our Dental Center player of the game coming up at the conclusion of the contest tonight. Tigers with the 3 and out. They'll have to punt from their own 19. 5 turnovers against Cedar Falls here in the first half. Holstein to punt. Here comes the rush. Got it away, and not a good kick. High off the side of his foot, and it's going to take a big Kennedy bounce.
And that's another symptom of what's going on with Cedar Falls tonight. He's a tremendous punter, and he just shanked that one.
13-yard punt.
It's like they're snake bit, Scott. Everything, and I mean everything, is just going wrong for Cedar Falls.
And trying to hold back the dike with your thumb.
At least they finished a possession without turning it over on their own accord. They at least got to punt it off.
Well, Kennedy, what will they do? They're going to run the eye.
They're going to go for the dagger in the throat here.
Tight end to the left on first down. Off play action, blitz to throw. Rolls right. Throws upfield. Mindy with a catch. Tight end down to the 20-yard line. That will move the sticks on a gain of 12.
Yeah, they're going to have to hurry up and get up to the line of scrimmage because there's only 20 seconds left.
Blitz under center. Still under center, and he will spike it. And tell you what, that took 4 seconds to just call the signals.
Yep.
I've yet to understand why in high school football you just don't go up to the line and go, boom, down. 16 seconds to play in the half. Kennedy with already 1 field goal with Luke Bradley. Cougars have 2 timeouts left. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 6 in the play clock. Blitz out of the gun. Blitz coming. Blitz throws the middle of the field, and it's off the hands of Klett, incomplete.
Right at the end zone, too.
Little bit ticked behind him.
He pulls that in, and he is 1 yard in the end zone for the touchdown.
Mulheron will come in. Morgan will come in. And a 3rd down upcoming. Still 12 seconds to play here in the half.
Kennedy wants that continuous clock before halftime.
Third down and 10 at the 20-yard line, right in the red zone. Tied into the left side, back to throw his blitz. Pump fake, rolls to the left side. Blitz directing traffic, throws to the end zone in the corner. Catch made. Was he inbounds?
He was.
Touchdown. Devin Williams gets into the show.
Right in the corner, had a foot in. That was a touchdown pass.
20 yards, fourth of the half for the Cougars.
And we're going to see the continuous clock. Well, 3 seconds left. That's just enough for the kickoff. I guess we won't technically see it, but we could.
Bradley to try to tack on the extra point. Low snap and a bad one, and Bradley's going to pick it up. Bradley's going to try to turn the corner. Is not going to get there.
Almost a little Garo Yepremian-esque.
And it stays 36-0. As Kennedy will get ready to kick it off. Probably a squibber here, I would imagine.
Kennedy has started their possessions in this first half inside Cedar Falls territory 5 times.
Crazy.
Courtesy of 5 turnovers and a shanked punt, which gave them good field position as well. And if you're Cedar Falls, I mean, you just look at the Cedar Falls sideline. There's guys that aren't even standing up. They're down on a knee with their helmet off, hand on their face, helmet down on the ground. I mean, they're a defeated bunch. I mean, they're ready to get on the bus and go home, Scott. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be cruel to any of you that are Cedar Falls fans. I'm just telling you what this observer sees over there on their sideline.
As Kennedy will kick it away, probably will keep it on the ground here. And the approach, and they will squib it. And it will come down and field it at the 20-yard line. And across the 30, and that will do it for the half. Tackle made in there by Tyler Bartles. He'll go right to the locker room, as Kennedy will as well. 36-0. Only 7 penalties and 2 extra point misses have scarred an otherwise perfect first half for Cedar Rapids Kennedy. And you're right, not to be cruel, but man alive. Cedar Falls, I don't think Brad Remmer can wait to get into the locker room and into the bus.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, what do you even tell your team? This is a good program and a good team, a top 10 rated team, Scott.
And a good team.
They're a good team. I mean, it just completely fell apart from the get-go tonight. They never got out of the starting block. And it just kept getting worse. I mean, I don't know what he tells his team. He can't go in there and scream at them. That's not going to do any good.
Nope.
But neither do you want to go in and just minimize the fact that it's just been miserable and so un-Tiger-esque.
It has been. Un-Tiger-esque, I think, is the best way, I think, John, you can describe it. But, tell you what, give Brian Wyatt and the Cougars all the credit in the world. Cedar Falls has handed them 5 turnovers, and they've taken advantage like a good team should.
That's what good teams do. There's no doubt. And, you know, when we saw Kennedy a couple of weeks ago, I kind of mused a little bit after their win over a tough Dubuque senior team that some people that I talked to, and not affiliated with any particular school, questioned me during the week whether or not Kennedy was the number 2 ranked team in the state, which they have been for some time now. And I said at that time, how do you know they're not? Well, tonight, man, they're looking like every bit of that. There's no doubt. Now, I do see a downside, Scott. I do see one downside.
Yeah.
And I almost hate to bring this up. But when you look at Kennedy's remaining schedule, they have to go to Davenport West. I think you can probably chalk that up as a pretty safe victory. Then they're going to host Johnston here at Kingston. Johnston without their top running back and their quarterback. So that's a good team, but not what they were before. And then they finish up at Hempstead, which probably give them a decent game. But it's
a down Hempstead team.
It's a down Hempstead team. And it's so conceivable to think now that Kennedy will just run the table, go 9-0 into the playoffs. They're going to be one of the top RPIs, if not the top. So you're looking at a number 1 or a number 2 seed. And now you're looking at, okay, who are the 15 and 16th seeds going to be? And oh my, I think one of them is going to be a 5-4 Dowling team.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to see Dowling in the first round of the playoffs. I don't care if they have to come to Kingston or not. I don't want to see Dowling in the first round. I'm just throwing that out as a possibility.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't. We don't have a clue.
We don't know. But
just as an example of how things can go in this wacky RPI world that 5A exists in.
Correct. So we're at halftime, 36-0. Number 2 Cedar Rapids Kennedy with the lead over number 7 Cedar Falls. The Bim Ritter halftime show brought to you by Bim Ritter Sportswear in Cedar Rapids. Bim Ritter Sportswear is your complete apparel and headwear provider. Bim Ritter is your one-stop store for screen print and embroidery for polos, t-shirts, hats, and more for any age from newborn to adults. Need screen printing or embroidery for your company or a special event? Bim Ritter is the answer, as they work with local teams, clubs, organizations, and businesses from startup to finish to provide the look that you need with exceptional turnaround time. Bim Ritter is also the local apparel supplier for the Cedar Rapids Colonels and Cedar Rapids Rough Riders. Bim Ritter Sportswear, 817 2nd Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. Call them at 364-3479 and visit them online at bimritter.com. Kennedy Marching Band out on the field here at Kingston Stadium getting ready for their halftime show, as it's 36-0 in favor of the homestanding Cougars in this one. Let's take a look at the unofficial stats at halftime. And on the Bim Ritter Sportswear halftime show, 297 Kennedy yards in the first half.
Oh, my.
Kennedy came in to the game, John.
Averaging?
328.
Okay.
Not bad, number 10 in 5A. And check this out, 164 on the ground, 163 through the air. Talk about balance.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you can pass the ball as efficiently as they have, that sure opens up that running game.
But tonight, it has been Carson Blitz. And what a first half this young man has had. 13 of 20, 234 yards, 4 touchdowns for Carson Blitz.
And there has been almost zero pressure brought to bear on him. He's just sitting back there in the pocket and picking people off. And when he doesn't sit in the pocket and throw the strikes, he just flushes out one side or the other and extends the play with his feet, and then something opens up and he hits them.
And he's hit 4 touchdown passes, 2 to Jaron Centers, 1 to Brendan Lindy, and 1 to Devin Williams in the last minute of the first half of play. Lindy, 7 catches, 91 yards, and a touchdown in the first half. Centers, 3 catches, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. Williams, 1 catch for 20 and a touchdown. And Morgan and Klett with 1 apiece. On the ground, Jason Williams has, so far, 12 carries for 44 yards. Blitz, 3 carries for 11 yards. And he also has a running touchdown tonight in the ball game. Kennedy with 10 first downs. They have been penalized 7 times for 35 yards and 1 sack in the first half of play. For Cedar Falls, just a nightmare scenario so far in the ball game. Tigers with only 69 total yards, 49 through the air, 20 on the ground. Before the injury, Hunter Jacobson was 0 for 1, and then coming in was Gavin Steege, the junior, in the first half, 3 for 8. And he has thrown for 38 yards and 1 interception. Trey Campbell, 1 for 2, 1 interception for 11 yards. Campbell has caught 1. Jansen's caught 2 for 19, and Lynch has caught 1 for 18. Leading ground gainer in the first half has been Jacob Keeler, 6 carries for 21 yards. Sorensen has carried it twice for 13. Other than that, it's been negative for the Tigers in the first half. 4 first downs for Cedar Falls. 3 penalties for a total of 28 yards. 5 turnovers in the first half of play. And the 5 turnovers have led to 27 points for Kennedy. Third down conversions, Tigers 1 out of 6. Kennedy 3 of 8. Cougars 1 out of 2 on fourth down. Cedar Falls 0 for 1. And the time of possession in the first half of play, Kennedy held it 14 minutes, 10 seconds to 9:50 for the Tigers.
Yeah, just it's not any prettier when you read the stats as it was watching it on the field and looking at it on the scoreboard. Just, I'm sorry, Cedar Falls faithful, but an unmitigated disaster of a first half for the Tigers. And I don't know any other way to put it. You can't candy coat it, and I'll guarantee you that Brad Remmert feels worse about this than anybody for his players, but this is just this is high school sports, I guess. We see this on occasion, Scott. Sometimes good teams just, it doesn't work out for some reason.
And it is not working out tonight. Iowa has extended the lead just ahead of halftime, 34-7. As the Hawkeyes with the lead over the Maryland Terrapins.
There'll be no continuous clock in Division
No,
I.
you're going to have to suffer through the second half of that one, folks. At least until BYU and Utah State.
However, here at Kingston Stadium, as soon as they kick off the second half, we will have a continuous clock starting.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. And I think that, yes, some people could look at it and say Kennedy getting that score ahead of the end of the first half, but you don't want to prolong the game. I don't think you're going to see a lot of Kennedy first liners in there long into the second half.
We'll see.
I mean, Cedar Falls is still Cedar Falls.
We'll see.
Keep that in mind. But it's going to be interesting to see how that is going to play out when we start the second half. We'll find some scores.
I've got a couple of Metro scores
Go
here.
ahead. On the Emil's Hideaway scoreboard, out-of-town scoreboard, John.
Emil's Hideaway. If I just had that shrimp appetizer of theirs in front of me right now, I would be a very happy man. But here's the score you've been waiting for from Pella, Scott.
Dutch Country.
Cedar Rapids Xavier is holding on to a slim 7-3 lead.
That doesn't surprise me that it's a low-scoring affair.
Cedar Rapids Prairie, on the other hand, is frolicking up in Waterloo against the West High Wahawks. That 41-0 before halftime even. And down at Ottumwa, the Bulldogs have opened up a 33-0 lead over the Jayhawks.
Well, next week, Thursday night, we are scheduled to be here as it's Jefferson and Waterloo West next Thursday night. And I say we're scheduled.
Right, because the COVID issues and the injury and the lack of a roster, that you never know with Jefferson right now. It's kind of an iffy proposition. So
But we know we're going to be Friday night next week.
Do. All eyes are going to be out there, too.
I am so looking forward to seeing Southeast Polk and Prairie. Do not dismiss Mark Bliss and his Prairie Hawks next
Kind
week.
of flying under a lot of people's radar right now.
They are a hook and ladder, lateral away from being undefeated.
By this Cedar Falls team.
And, do not underestimate the Hawks of Prairie.
Prairie getting up to a full head of steam now. They've got all their suspended players back, and they're trying to make a little statement here, and they are going to be just licking their chops to try and take down Southeast Polk and legitimize the team that they think they have that most people are overlooking.
Well, let's take a look at the Emil's Hideaway out-of-town scoreboard. Other scores. Halftime, it is Iowa City West leading Davenport Central 22-7. That at the halftime break. Also at halftime, Dubuque Hempstead getting well tonight, 35-7 as they lead the Muscatine Muskies. One of your Rand McNally Award winners tonight for longest trip. Halftime, it is Grinnell leading Keokuk 38-0. There's no good way to get from Grinnell to Keokuk.
I don't like the sounds. I hope that's not a yellow school bus.
It is halftime. Waverly Shell Rock shutting out the Marion Wolves up in Waverly 28-0.
That's a good Waverly Shell Rock team.
Yes, it is. You are absolutely right on that. Over in western Iowa, you've got Carroll leading Heelan 16-14. The reason I bring that up, that if it is a loss for the Crusaders, they would be 0-6. And when was, if ever, has Sioux City Heelan been 0-6?
I don't think so. I don't think they ever have been. I could be wrong, but my goodness.
Yeah, that is crazy. You've got in the third quarter, that big one in Central Iowa, West Des Moines Valley leading Ankeny 28-21.
Valley, another one of those teams in 5A that have been flying under people's radar. Don't sleep on Valley.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree on that. Some other scores to throw your way here on the Emils Hideaway out-of-town scoreboard. Yeah, Mason City Newman leading Lake Mills 46-13. It is now a final. Son of Kurt Blatt and Harlan 55, Atlantic 7.
Yeah, he's a chip off the old block, or is it a block off the old chip? I'm not sure.
Good family.
Great guys.
Great family down there. Sioux City North leading Waukee 21-18.
Sioux City North?
Sioux City North. That would be an upset. That would make yours truly go back to the math on his
RPIs.
RPI facts and figuring.
That's going to mess a few things up.
That would mess a few things up. And, well, how about this? Third quarter getting underway down at Pleasant Hill. Southeast Polk has just taken the lead 21-15 over Linn-Mar. Lions were ahead at halftime.
Linn-Mar.
15-14.
Trying to uphold the eastern half just like Iowa City High did against Dowling. Come on, Lions.
Into the third quarter, West Branch leading Durant 28-14. Class 4A District 4, of course, last night we had the Dandy with Clear Creek Amana. And Washington with CCA winning that one by a point. Tonight at halftime, it is Newton leading Oski 35-13. Newton's coming to Kingston next Friday night.
Yes, they are.
To take on Cedar Rapids, Washington. Pleasant Valley and Bettendorf exchanging pleasantries tonight, John.
No love lost between those two schools.
Third quarter, PV 14, Bettendorf 7.
Bettendorf just kind of reeling right now.
They are reeling right now, but boy, Bettendorf needs that one, I think.
Oh, yes.
Because they may not get in.
I'm thinking right now it's going to take a lot for them to make the playoffs.
Big one at 4A tonight. Number 9 Norwalk at halftime leading number 2 Indianola 28-10.
A couple of heavyweights there.
Yeah, a couple of big-time heavyweights right there. So it's also at halftime Assumption leading Mount Vernon, but only 7-0.
That's a better Mount Vernon team than people think. And they're going to be heard from yet.
So it is 36-0 as we get ready for the second half here, as we wrap things up on the Bim Ritter Sportswear halftime show here tonight from Kingston Stadium.
Let me ask you this, Scott, because I'm going to tell you how I feel, but I want to hear your opinion first.
All right.
Is this the year in 5A, big school class,
Yep.
that the eastern half of the state roars after being down for so long, playing second fiddle and little sister to the central part of the state?
Well, I was waiting to see how Linn-Mar was going to do tonight against Southeast Polk, but and again, who knows? But I think this is the best shot that Eastern Iowa's had in a while.
We saw what City High did against Dowling. If Linn-Mar could just make it even a close game tonight, and then what? Just in the hypothetical, what if Prairie takes care of Southeast Polk next week?
I tell you what, it's just Southeast Polk to me is a mystery. They were supposed to be, I mean, you were reading in the preseason some people saying it was the best collection of talent in the history of Iowa big school football.
Well, they probably have the best tackle, offensive tackle, And I'm sure they have the best receiver and defensive back in Xavier Wampa. It all depends if Wampa's on the field or not. They're not a mystery when he is.
I don't know if he is.
Now, I heard he was going to be back this week, so we'll see.
Yeah. Getting ready for the second half of play here from Kingston Stadium. Number 2, Cedar Rapids Kennedy, 36. Number 7, Cedar Falls, nothing. At Hunt Graphic Innovations, it's the personal touch that counts. If you're serious about creating an eye-catching website or need assistance in graphic design for print, newsletters, posters, signs, or banners, Hunt Graphic Innovations has the experience to help get the job done. With personal attention and competitive pricing, discover the difference that Hunt Graphic Innovations can make for you. And also a big thanks to Cedar Rapids Millwork. Cedar Rapids Millwork coming on this week as our latest sponsor, providing outstanding service to Eastern Iowa for over 50 years. Quality products including windows, doors, moldings, hardware, stair parts, specialties, and cabinets. Locally owned and operated, Cedar Rapids Millwork has in-house production providing innovative quality services for contractors and their customers of the corridor. Cedar Rapids Millwork, 1950 Progress Drive in Hiawatha, and online at cedarrapidsmillwork.com. As we get ready for the second half of play. And our second half is brought to you by Epiphany Dermatology. They're a full-service dermatology practice that treats all conditions of the skin, hair, and nails. Dr. John Wollner has been practicing and treating patients for over 30 years. Epiphany Dermatology has built a reputation based on reliable customer service and quality skin and hair loss treatments. Epiphany Dermatology also places a special emphasis on skincare prevention, screenings, and treatment. Call them to book an appointment at 363-9936 and visit their website at epiphanydermatology.com. Epiphany Dermatology, 5264 Council Street Northeast, Suite 700 in Cedar Rapids. Kennedy to kick off to start half number 2 here from Kingston. And the boot and the kick, Bradley to Hepner. He's got it at the 3, straight ahead, up the hash marks, 10, 15, 20. He's got a hole, 25, 30, 35, and out to about the 38-yard line. Good return right there to start the second half for the Cedar Falls Tigers.
And I dare say he almost lost that ball on a strip tackle as well.
So Hunter Jacobson, of course, on the sidelines with the knee injury, and he is, I believe, out there on crutches right now.
He is, and an immobilizer on that right knee.
Oh, boy. First down. Steege, the quarterback, throws in the flat, and the catch made by Campbell, and an immediate hit put on by Centers along with Karan Elmore. After a pickup of 3 across the 40 to the 41-yard line. And it will be continuous clock unless Cedar Falls puts up a score here of some kind. Second down, 7. Ball on the right hash mark. Twins to the left side, slot to the right. One setback is Keeler. Shotgun snap. Steege to throw. Throws the other side, and Campbell with the catch. No, threw his hands incomplete. Says that's my fault. And it is third down.
Ball was perfectly thrown, though. Right in the hands in front of his face. Just didn't bring it in.
And you just got to wonder kind of the mentality right now for this Tiger football team.
Well, I don't know. I think Brad Remmer just said, fellas, there's a reason that you came out for this sport. Go out and hit somebody in the second half.
Third down. They'll keep it on the ground. Keeler up the middle, and he's got a first down as he runs over a couple of Cougars. Mulheron makes the stop, but that's going to be a pickup of 9, and that will move the sticks for a Tiger first down. Their 5th of the night. Dominic Mann coming up to make the stop for Kennedy.
I'm not sure Kennedy had 11 players on the field on that play, Scott. I think they were missing one of their down linemen.
I got 11 now.
They just sent somebody in to the last, though.
Couple changes in there for the Cougars. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun. Here's Steege to throw. Throws the slant. Campbell with the catch at the 40. Busts loose 35-30 and down to the 25. Make it the 24-yard line. And That's a pickup of 26. Nice throw there by the young junior quarterback.
Yeah, he's looking more comfortable with every snap that he takes.
Well, and who knows how much he may be the quarterback the rest of the season.
It's possible. I hope not.
I hope not, but you never know if, what's happening with Hunter Jacobson. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Shotgun snap. Steege rolls the pocket right. Throwback screen. Catch made by Keeler up the numbers at the 20. 15. Through defenders. 10. 5. And he's in. Touchdown. Cedar Falls on the board.
24-yard screen pass.
Nice little throwback screen that time by the Tigers. Might be the first varsity touchdown pass for that young man. As Keeler makes the catch for the touchdown. And that stops the continuous clock very quickly. And makes it 36-6. Extra point try, Jake Holstein. Out of the hold of Nolan North. Right-footed kicker, and the extra point is up, and it is good. So Cedar Falls with a touchdown. With Steege hitting Keeler. As he will take it for 24 yards. That was a well-designed play.
Executed flawlessly as well. Something got ironed out to a degree at halftime there, Scott, offensively.
Well, there's a lot of pride in the Cedar Falls program.
Yeah, I'm sure that was one of the things that they were reminded of by their longtime coach, Brad Remmert, who has been around this program for a long, long time.
Goes back to the Pat Mitchell days.
Yes, as an assistant and then a co-head coach.
Certainly is the case. And your search for your favorite restaurant in Cedar Rapids, come to Emil's Hideaway. Emil's is the home for the best tasting American food around. Choose from your favorites: chicken, pasta dishes, pizzas, burgers, and fries. Whether you're bringing the whole family for a meal or wetting your whistle at our fully stocked bar, there's something to satisfy all ages and tastes at a classic American local restaurant. Need catering for your next party or event? Emil's has that too. Call them for details. Emil's, across from Lindale Mall in Cedar Rapids. Do we see an onside kick? Nope, they're going to kick it deep. Kennedy was anticipating it, and this will be a run back by Centers. A little stop and go. Crosses the 10. He won't get to the 15. Push back as he gets to the 13-yard line.
Now here's something odd that I'm looking at in the south end zone just outside, Scott. The sophomore bus for Cedar Falls is being sent home. I don't think Brad Remmert wants his sophomores watching this rest of this varsity game.
Probably a good idea.
I don't blame him. I don't know if I've ever seen that, though. You always have your sophomores stick around and watch the varsity game.
First down for Kennedy as they watch Cedar Falls come down and score to make it 36-7. Four-man front. Cougars will hand it off. Jason Williams up the middle, breaks a tackle across the 15 and out to the 18-yard line for a pickup of 4. And just keep that clock going. Get some good rushing here if you're the Cougars. Boy, that's hard. Imagine me saying after the last 5 years, Kennedy trying to get some running game going.
Well, things change with the different classes that come through, and that's one of the neat things about the Kennedy staff, though, is they always take a look at what they have and tailor their offense and defense to that.
Second down and 6, 4 in the play clock. Off the fake, blitz the throw, looking for the slant. Now he's going to run. Coming to the left, penalty flag down. Blitz looking to throw. He's across the line of scrimmage and is taken down by Aiden Hansen at the 24, but this is coming back. And it will be a hold on Kennedy. And this will back the Cougars up halfway, half the distance. And they will back him up. It'll be about an 8-yard penalty. Cedar Falls will head back to the Dome next week. They get Dubuque Hempstead. One more road trip. They go to Bettendorf and then Dubuque Senior in the final game of the year. As you mentioned, Kennedy's got a short week. But they are going to be heavy, heavy favorites down at Brady Street next Thursday against Davenport West. 4 receivers, 3 to the left side. Here is blitz on the pass. Little out. Catch made by Morgan and tripped up by Hansen as he takes it to the 16-yard line. That's going to go for about 8. Second catch of the night for Morgan. 14 of 21 for Carson Blitz tonight for 242 yards and 4 touchdowns. By the way, speaking of the Kennedy running game, good to see Max White here tonight, who's now a preferred walk-on on the Hawkeye football team. 3rd down and 8. Blitz coming. Blitz throws right side, going for Lindy, and it is incomplete, but a flag is thrown. I think we're going to get a little interference here on Cedar Falls with the face guarding.
Well, if there was any question if Kennedy was going to call off the dogs, I think with that bomb, you can pretty well be assured that they're not going to.
If it is on Cedar Falls, it's going to give Kennedy a first down. No, this might go against the Cougars.
Oh, I'm not sure I saw that.
Pass interference on the offense.
Oh, it's offensive pass interference.
Wow. I didn't see that.
It's going to be declined, and that will bring up a punt situation for the Cougars. Their first 3 and out of the night. And it will be Bradley to punt. He'll rugby style it from his own 16. Campbell back at about midfield. 36-7, Kennedy on top. And here's the boot by Bradley. A little tail wagger is going to bounce at the 45 and go out of bounds at about the 49-yard line. 34 yards on the punt. 7:08 to play here in the 3rd, and Kennedy up 36-7.
First possession for Cedar Falls tonight where they get to set up shop inside Kennedy territory at the Cougar 49.
First down, Tigers at the Cougar 49.
Some bright spots here for Cedar Falls on a night that hasn't been so bright so far. They'll send Sorensen in motion to the right side. They'll run a little option. Here comes Steege. Steege with a late pitch to Keeler. 45 up the numbers 40, 35, 30 and down to about the Kennedy 29-yard line.
Scott, that's the way speed option is meant to be run, right there.
That was pretty. Steege's done tell you what, a little shaky start.
Really growing right now.
But he's doing a nice job.
Every snap, he's just getting more and more comfortable back there for the Tigers.
1st and 10 at the Kennedy 29-yard line. Tight end to the left side. Stand-up tight end. Twins that way. Steege gets the shotgun. Rolls to the left side. Throws in the flat. And Elmore intercepts it. 6th turnover.
Oh, my goodness. 3rd interception of the night for Cedar Falls.
Jansen made the stop, but that is 2 for Mr. Elmore tonight.
3 picks go along with 3 fumbles that they recovered. And the nightmare just goes on for the Tigers.
Kennedy will have it at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. As the Cougars come out there. And they'll set up shop with 6:38 to play here in quarter number 3. Cedar Falls with 8 in the box, and we've got movement. Well, you also have the other side of the coin here, John. Kennedy's got such a big lead at halftime. You're going to lose a little intensity.
Absolutely right. Hard for them to come out and play with the same reckless abandon and whatever else you want to say they had in that first half where everything just went right.
5-yard mark off makes it 1st and 15.
Now, that said, they're not sleepwalking out there. They're just not executing at that high level that they were in the first half.
Ball on the 24-yard line, under center, turn, handoff, Jason Williams. Starts left, cuts it back a little bit to the right, and gets 4 of the 5 penalty yards back. 52 yards now on the night for Jason Williams. And it will be a 2nd and 11. What we have not seen tonight, except for that one play at the goal line, was the triple power I. That has only been once shown tonight. Haven't needed it.
They haven't. Only usually comes out in special occasions when they do need it.
2nd down and 11. Blitz to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Going to throw deep down the left side, going for Williams, and overshot him, incomplete. And that'll make it a 3rd and long coming up for the Cougars. Iowa up 34-7 at halftime.
I didn't see that coming, Scott.
I don't think anybody saw that. Maybe Iowa winning, but not
I didn't see 34 points in the half.
Not 34. Well, Maryland served up a few on a silver platter.
What was the line on that?
You got the wrong guy, man.
Not to rub salt in anybody's wounds, but
3rd down and 11. Off the fake, blitz, being pressured, rolls to the right side, and throws it away. And the Cougars will be forced to punt again. And Cedar Falls should get pretty good field position out of this as well. So we'll keep you updated on the scores throughout the night here. On the Emil's Hideaway out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Emil's Hideaway. Here's the punt, and a fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line by Campbell. So the Tigers will get it back. And down 36-7. Kennedy only held the ball for 59 seconds on that particular drive. In case you joined us late, 6 Cedar Falls turnovers. Hunter Jacobson, the starting quarterback, is out. And a lot of negative things right now. They'll run a little, here's a reverse pitch. Here comes Campbell trying to get to the corner, breaking tackles, 45 and out of bounds. Mitchell Shares pushes him out, but it's going to be a 1st down after a pickup of about 13.
Yep. Speed option look into the boundary on the weak side. And instead of the pitch to the speed option back, they pitched it back to Campbell, the flanker.
Can I update you? Alex Neal, touchdown run. 4th quarter, halfway home in the 4th. Xavier 21, Pella 3. They pick up some Dutch treats and head back. 1st and 10, high snap, bobbled, brought down by Steege, and he's going to go down. Riker Stelling, the junior weak side linebacker, the 200-pounder. After the tip, it was Kennedy coming after people.
They hit him high, they hit him low, and they hit him in the midsection. He got the triple whammy on that.
2nd and 13. So we come up on 5 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Jansen's been quiet tonight. He's out to the left side. One receiver, Campbell, out to the right. Tight ends in both slots. To block, Steege to throw. Off the back foot, throws far side, intercepted, and this is going to be a touchdown. Jaron Centers with another score.
That's about a 55-yard pick six.
And that will get the continuous clock going again, and that's number 7.
The 4th interception thrown by Cedar Falls in their last 6 possessions.
And Centers, 55, John?
I'm going to say he picked it off at the 45-ish.
All right. I'm going to go with you.
At this point, I don't know if a yard or two is going to make too much difference.
55 looks good for me. Here's the extra point try. No good. Bad snap. And it stays 42-7 as the Cougars will get ready to kick it off. Kennedy 42 and Cedar Falls 7.
Centers with the hat trick now. 2 on offense and 1 on defense.
having a very, very good night indeed. No matter where you are in life, Hills Bank is here to help you succeed. Whether you're buying your first house, saving for your child's future, or preparing for retirement, you can count on the people at Hills Bank for the support you need to reach your goals. It's easy to connect with a banker over the phone or on hillsbank.com because we believe banking is better through human connection. Hills Bank is an equal housing lender and FDIC member. Kennedy getting ready to kick it off with 4:44 to play in the third quarter. The second half presented by Epiphany Dermatology here on CRM Live Sports. 42-7. Kennedy back out in front, and we'll have the resumption of the continuous clock. He approached, the boot by Bradley. End over end, line driver, and this is returnable for Hepner. Up the middle, 20, 25, 30, and crosses the 35 and gets to the 36. Michael Bryant and the kicker, Luke Bradley, on the stop. After about a 32-yard return.
Well, just when we said that the quarterback in relief of the injured Jacobson was starting to settle in there, he throws the pick six.
That's a hard pass to throw that sideline route, especially when you got a ball hawk like Jaron Centers over there.
And he didn't quite have his feet set the way that he maybe could have if he got a second chance, but it's just the way it's gone tonight for CF.
So it's 42-7. They'll keep it on the ground to Keeler, and he scampers up the middle for decent yardage. He'll get about 8 to the 45. As Dylan Davis on the stop, getting up off the bottom of the pile for Kennedy.
Lindy's looking at you, Scott. Jeff Linder here for the Gazette tonight, taking a look at some stats, I think, right now with Scott.
Yes, we got hand signals down. Jeff and I have this understanding.
You've both been at it for a while, so you know.
Second down, and Stiege got the snap when he wasn't anticipating it. And Riker Stelling tosses him out of bounds. And that's going to be a loss of 3.
But going out of bounds, the clock does not stop because we're back in continuous clock mode now.
And we've got a third down upcoming. 42-7 Kennedy, 3:43 clock rolling here in quarter number 3. As you got to think real strong possibility of Kennedy running the table now.
Absolutely.
Third down and 4. Stiege to throw. A pump fake. Looking deep. Going to throw for Campbell. Right sideline. And it's going to be caught. He got by centers that time. And that's going to be a big gainer. 31 yards on the hookup.
Long sideline pattern there, which lots of air thrown under that ball, but credit Stiege. He gave it, winged it every inch that he had, and a great job of adjusting by Campbell to come back to that ball and just nestle it into his cradle.
41-7 Hawkeyes. First down, inside handoff to Keeler, and Dominic Mann brings him down after a pickup of 6. And second and 4, 2.5 to play in the third quarter with Kennedy up 42-7. Petrus to Goodson, 67 yards. Well, the offense has come to play. Scott will be 1-0 in the picks, by the way. Here's Stiege throwing it, and the slant too tall for Jansen at 6'5", incomplete. 7 of 16 now for the backup quarterback, Gavin Stiege. So we go under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Kennedy gets Davenport West coming up. The Cougars then host Johnston on senior night, and then go to Hempstead in week number 9. And I can assure you the Dragons have never been to the old Gray Lady. Third down for Cedar Falls. Off the fake, Steege to throw. Off the back foot, throws upfield, and that one was almost picked off by Mitchell Shears.
Broke in front of it just before the receiver was going to cradle it in.
Tell you what, this Kennedy defensive backfield does a really good job of breaking on the football.
They really do.
Center, Shears, Dekai Pope. Dominic Mann is the nickel guy. Michael Mulheron back there kind of as the hybrid safety. Tigers will go for it. Nothing to lose here. 4th down and 5. So we come up on the final moments of quarter number 3. Steege going to run it. Steege turns the corner. He's got it to the 10, to the 5, and he's in. Touchdown for the young junior.
Yep, speed option to the wide side of the field, and he said, I'm not pitching this ball. And he ran it right into the end zone.
17 yards, and that stops the continuous clock again.
Nice little scamper for Steege.
Holstein to try the extra point. And it's up, and it is on its way, and it is good. So it's 42-14 with 37 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3. Here tonight from Kingston Stadium, Kennedy 42 and Cedar Falls 14. Ben Brenner Sportswear in Cedar Rapids is your complete apparel and headwear provider. Ben Brenner is your one-stop store for screen print and embroidery, for polos, t-shirts, hats, and more for any age from newborn to adults. Need screen printing or embroidery for your company or a special event? Ben Brenner is the answer as they work with local teams, clubs, organizations, and businesses from startup to finish to provide the look that you need with exceptional turnaround time. Ben Brenner is also the local apparel supplier for the Cedar Rapids Colonels and Cedar Rapids Rough Riders. Ben Brenner Sportswear, 817 2nd Avenue Southeast here in Cedar Rapids. Call them at 364-3479 and visit them online at benbrenner.com. As the kick upcoming with 37 seconds remaining here in the third. Tigers have put up 14 here in the third quarter, and they will kick it deep. And this one is going to go into the end zone. Into what wind we have. Has there ever been a year that Cedar Falls does not have a kicker, a strong kicker?
And punter, for that matter.
I can't recall one.
I'll tell you the kicker that I've seen in the games we've covered so far this year, Scott, that I'm just impressed as can be by.
Who's that?
It's Mr. Tristan Vasquez at Xavier.
Yes.
That guy is going to be kicking on Saturdays somewhere after he's out of high school. I mean, I don't know where, what level, but that kid's got a leg.
1st and 10. Kennedy will try the little toss to Jason Williams, and the door closes immediately. Going to be a loss of about 3. And that may very well take us to the end of the third quarter here from Kingston Stadium. Not sure any reason for Kennedy to run another play here.
Yeah, I think they're going to stay in the huddle.
Yep, they will. So that's going to take us down to the end of our third quarter of play. Cedar Rapids Kennedy 42 and Cedar Falls 14. American Family Insurance agent Kurt Gustafson is committed to inspiring and protecting dreams right here in Cedar Rapids and the surrounding area. He starts by getting to know you and your needs and build a free auto, home, or life insurance quote. By bundling policies, we can often offer a variety of discounts. Whether you're purchasing a car, buying property, managing an investment property, starting a small business, or leaving behind a legacy, we've got your back as you pursue your dreams, and we'll help protect them. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. See Kurt Gustafson Agency of American Family Insurance on Johnson Avenue Southwest, right across from the Johnson Avenue Hy-Vee for more details. I was waiting.
I missed my cue.
You did.
American Family Insurance. I think no, that was lame. Sorry, Kurt. I apologize on that one.
And our second half being brought to you by Epiphany Dermatology. They're a full-service dermatology practice that treats all conditions of the skin, hair, and nails. Dr. John Woolner. Dr. John has been practicing and treating patients for over 30 years. Epiphany Dermatology has built a reputation based on reliable customer service and quality skin and hair loss treatments. Epiphany Dermatology also places a special emphasis on skin cancer prevention, screenings, and treatment. Call them to book an appointment at 363-9936. First play of the fourth quarter, a little swing pass out to Jason Williams, and tries to cut it back against the grain and got back to the line of scrimmage. And that is going to be all. And it will bring up a third down coming up for the Kennedy Cougars. A healthy third down at about 13 for Kennedy. As we start quarter number 4, we'll get you the stats through 3 here in a moment. Kennedy with 242 yards passing in the ball game tonight. Here's blitz to throw. Going to throw the middle of the field, overshot everybody and tipped and almost intercepted. Tried to go to Lindy, the tight end. And it's going to be fourth down, and Kennedy will have to punt from their own 17-yard line.
Boy, as tight ends go, Lindy has been targeted a lot tonight.
He's been catching more and more. Kennedy with 300 yards exactly through 3 quarters. Here's the Bradley punt, end over end kick. We'll take a big Cougar bounce. Penalty flag down, and Campbell will let it go. It'll be touched at the 42-yard line. That penalty flag came out quickly.
Right in front of the Kennedy bench and almost down where the ball bounced after the initial kick. Here's the call. Holding on Cedar Falls in the return.
Yeah, their 4th penalty of the night.
So again, another ding in the foot. That's been just about all the toes shot off tonight.
Yep, been a tough night for the Tigers. No doubt about that. They'll start this drive inside their own 35-yard line. And it'll be marked at the 32-yard line.
First down, Tigers on their own 32-yard line.
We have just over 11 minutes to play here in the ball game. I formation. Steggy turns, hands it off to Keeler. Tried a little jump cut, but ran into Dylan Davis and Michael Mulheron right away.
Just some more perspective on how tough this has been a night for Cedar Falls Tigers. This is their 13th possession of the night. On 7 of those, they turned the ball over to Kennedy.
Wow. Amazing. Second down and 9. Toss sweep. Keeler trying to get to the corner. Can't do that. Green shirts everywhere. Cook was there. Noah Gritton, the nose guard, was there, along with Karan Elmore. And that's going to be a loss of a yard. Total yardage through 3 quarters. Kennedy with 300 yards. Cedar Falls with 220. They had a good third quarter there. Coming up to the 4th, into the 4th. Second half brought to you by Epiphany Dermatology. Third down and 10. This is going to be a run and chased down from behind. They went with the Wildcat that time. Tate Hermanson. He is a sophomore. And he did not get anywhere.
He doesn't look physically like a sophomore, and he sure didn't play like a sophomore there. That's a good-looking young athlete.
But a loss right there. And the Tigers will be forced to kick it away. As back deep will be Bradley to get the punt from Holstein. Line of scrimmage is the 26-yard line. Punt is away. Oh, this is a dandy. Turns it over. Sends centers back. He muffs it at the 22, picks it up on a hop, tries to split defenders, and gets back 8 to about the 30-yard line. That was a great punt.
That was a beautiful spiral. Had height, distance, everything you want.
54 yards on the punt.
I'm going to take a wild stab at a prediction out in College Park right now. God,
Yes.
I'm saying it's Quinn Schulte time.
Is it Quinn? I think it's right. Yeah, I think you're right. Quinn Schulte, Bryce Schulte, any Schulte. Name a Schulte.
Not Hope.
Not Hope. She was a cheerleader.
Who is now in college, if you can believe that.
First down and the give. And that is Williams trying to get outside. He's going to lose a couple. We're to the point of the game now where everybody it's 9 in the box on both sides.
Yeah, what's the difference, right?
Yeah, exactly. The running attacks are kind of going in reverse right now with 8.5 to play here in the ball game.
Everybody that's out there is licking their chops, wants a piece of the action.
Indeed. Second down and 12.
This is where a lot of those third teamers kind of start hanging around real close. Their position coaches. I'm here. I'm here.
There's the triple power eye. They'll give it to the second back, and Cook got it and went down immediately. Whole bunch of Tigers were there, led by Owen Denholm. That's going to be a loss of 4. You think the enthusiasm has kind of gone onto the balloon on both for this football game?
It's kind of morphed into a little bit of an exhibition now.
Kennedy is 3 out of 10 on third down tries tonight. They got a 3rd and 16, 7.5 to play in the ball game. Again, the triple power eye, and they'll give it to the third back, and he was met right away. And Owen Denholm has not been blocked in the last 2 plays. And that's going to be a loss of 3. So it'll be 4th and 20 with coming up on 7 to play here in the ball game. Bradley to kick. Campbell back at midfield. Gets a snap, gets it away. Another end-over-end kick. This one fielded at the 45-yard line. Campbell into Kennedy territory and back to the Cougar 45. Trey Campbell does a little push-up getting up. 35 yards on the kick. Tyler Bartles on the stop. And Cedar Falls ball at the Kennedy 45. 42-14, Kennedy on top with 6:53 to play here in the ball game.
Well, in the 19 years we've been doing this together, Scott, I can count on one hand the number of times that I've run out of lines on my possession stat sheet, but it's going to happen tonight.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I am getting there. Tigers going to keep their sophomore Hermanson in there at the quarterback spot. And he'll turn and hand it off, and a new tailback in there. That's Gavin Barzali. No, that is Jacob Michael, the ball carrier. I beg your pardon. We don't have a 24. But they're going to tell us it's Michael. Jacob Michael, number 24. And that's going to be a loss of a yard. Tigers will send Fink out to the right, one receiver. That's Gage Mills, a senior, out to the left side. Nope, it's 34, not 24, so that is Michael. And it's going to be a loss back to about the 49.
And it's a final from Pella. Saints 28, Little Dutch 3.
That's the first loss for Pella. And
in the district.
Their 4th loss?
Yeah. 4th total.
Third down, Hermanson throws low and incomplete.
But don't fool yourself, folks. They can still be the runner-up in that district and claim a playoff spot.
They can. I imagine the happiest people around are probably Mo Blue and the Warriors.
Certainly.
Because if Pella wins that game, then Wash's chances go down even more of trying to get that second spot.
Yes, they do. And out of
Your Wash, you run the table.
You can still get in with an at-large, too.
But you got to hope for Clear Creek and Manna to lose twice.
Yeah, because you've lost head-to-head.
Here is the punt.
Oh.
This one is not a good one.
That got and he rips his helmet off.
You don't want to do that.
That could have been a flag if that official had so chosen to throw it.
But he did not.
At this point in the game, that's not going to serve anybody any good either. But no sooner did that wounded duck come flying off the far side of his foot than he ripped his helmet off. And he's very lucky the chin stab didn't break, because that would have gone down to the ground and gone bouncing. But that's just a metaphor for this night in Cedar Falls' woes and travails that they have had to endure.
1st and 10 for the Cougars at the 40-yard line. And they'll keep it on the ground and hand off to Williams. And he's tripped up as he gets about 3. As the time ticking down to about 5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Now Cedar Falls will go to 4-2. Going to be favored in the rest of their ball games. The one in Bettendorf still is going to be tough. I don't care what Bettendorf's record is. You go to Tuvel, and
the Dubuque Senior finale is going to be the toughest one.
It's going to be tough too. Senior's a good football team, and if you don't have your starting quarterback, it's going to be even tougher. Here's the counter to Williams, and got back to the line of scrimmage. 44-7. Midway through the third quarter, a Shudak 32-yard field goal for Iowa. Hawks are not moving down next week in the college football poll. Next week, Thursday night, scheduled to be here at Kingston for Waterloo West and Jefferson. Friday night, Southeast Polk comes to Prairie. Is that necessarily coming to town?
Well, no, it's not.
Because it's outside the city limits.
Yeah, when you're in Western, you're a stone's throw from Johnson County.
Did they get the play off? They did not. Or there was movement anyway. Kennedy's going to back up 5. Our head referee has lost his enthusiasm too.
And his voice, I believe. Scott, there's been some real excitement in Western, the town of Western, that is
besides the road construction?
The road construction is actually nearing completion, I believe, but there's been a couple of new homes, if you can believe it, built in the municipality of Western.
Aha.
And that is small town excitement.
There you go. 3 for 11 for Kennedy on third downs. And they'll give it to the fullback Flanagan, powering his way for about 4 across the 40 to the 41-yard line. As they unpile, and the punt fest continues.
At least one of those homes in Western being constructed by Garmin Construction Company.
Aha.
Father Greg Garmin of Jared Garmin.
That is correct. Of Linmar fame.
The All-Stater for Linmar.
4th down and 9. Bradley gets off his best punt of the night. Campbell collects it at the 20, gets away, 25, cuts it back, middle of the field, and then fumbled the football.
Bradley got it.
And it's loose at the 23.
Bradley came back and got him stripped of that ball.
Tigers got it, though. Yeah. I think Bradley wants to lead this special teams unit in tackles when he punts and kicks.
He ran right past it, but then he came back and from the backside kind of did that little strip move that you see guys do.
2:58 to play in our ball game. As it will be Cedar Falls with the football at the 23. And we got a few guys have snuck on there for the Cougars. Asher Smith in there. Handoff to Michael. Little swim move coming to the left side. Bartles is in there for Kennedy. 35. Hey, Luke Bradley's found a way to get into the defensive side.
Yes, he has.
So he's been on offense, defense, kickoff, punt. Is there anything he has not been on tonight? It's Luke Bradley. It's Luke Bradley bingo night here on CRM Live Sports. 2nd down and 4 after the Michael run. And they'll just hand it off inside again. And Michael taken down. And it seems like every year Kennedy's got 2 linebackers that you need to get one of those vaudeville hooks.
They won't
and bring them out.
I know it.
Mr. Ostendorp was one of them.
Yes, he was.
Who was doing a great job right now for Coach Staker at Co.
Now making an impact for the Cohawks, for
Yes,
sure.
He is. 3rd down and 4. Receivers left and right. Shotgun. Minute 40 to play in the ball game. They'll run a little option. There's the pitch, and Michael is taken down. Luke Bradley
On the ankle tackle.
with the stop. Mr. Holstein's going to get a chance to punt it again.
And this will officially take me off my stat sheet.
I think you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, at this point, it's not going to matter, is it?
Probably any longer. Here in the ball game tonight, as Kennedy is going to go to a perfect 6-0 and open some eyes around the state of Iowa. Punt is away, and this one's not a particularly good one as well. We'll take a bounce, though. And it's going to be about a 41-yard punt this time, and we got an injured Cougar. That's the backup quarterback, Brennan Rader. As Kennedy's trainer, Lynn Groth, will go out there with 53 seconds remaining here in the ball game.
I heard something on the gym class this afternoon, Scott, that just tickled me pink.
What was that?
That the Ottumwa football stadium,
Oh, yeah.
where Jefferson is playing the Bulldogs tonight, is being renamed in honor of
the field.
The field, I guess, not the stadium.
The field.
In honor of Tom Kopatich.
That is correct.
And that is so deserving for the years of football service that he put in, not only in Ottumwa, but all around other parochial schools in eastern Iowa. And not to mention his long-term athletic directorship at Ottumwa.
Indeed. I would agree wholeheartedly. What a great coach. Hall of Fame coach. His Raider is up and walking off. Might have come in to run the show. But Kennedy's going to have to go into the victory formation. And it'll take 2 snaps, and this one will be officially over for the night. As Cougars will bring out Rashawn Jennings. He'll be the protector. And it will be a knee. For Blitz, he'll take one more, and Kennedy will be 6-0.
You remember what Dwayne Schulte used to say about playing at LaSalle for Tom Kopatich, his coach? They didn't have 2-a-days. They had all-a-days.
Well, not anymore. Not anymore. One more will do it. And there is the final play of the ball game.
Mercifully.
A dominating performance by Cedar Rapids Kennedy. And our best to Hunter Jacobson and the Tigers. We hope he's going to be okay. But it was a tough night for Cedar Falls, but a very good night for Kennedy. Cougars win it. Final score, number 2, Cedar Rapids Kennedy 42, number 7, Cedar Falls with 14 as the two coaching staffs shake hands at the 50-yard line. After this one won by the Cougars, Cedar Falls drops to 4-2, and Kennedy now raises their record, as we mentioned, to a perfect 6-0, and didn't have to do much in the second half. This Kennedy outfit, it was all the hay was in the barn at halftime.
42-14 finals. It fair to say that it's not as close as the score made it sound?
No.
I mean, that's sad, but it's just the truth.
And what a performance by Carson Blitz tonight. 4 touchdowns was outstanding.
What a list of nominees we have for our player of the game tonight.
Yeah, our Dental Center player of the game. And had good sportsmanship on both ends right here. A few of the Cougars went over to Hunter Jacobson, and the Tigers are all going over to Brennan Rader and giving him a congratulations handshake.
A couple of classy teams here.
Yes, as Kennedy with the upper hand in this one tonight. We'll have the stat rundown for you coming up here in just a little bit. And Brennan Rader's not too hurt to pick up the family board and bring it over to the student section for the pink out tonight.
We're about to hear the Cougar fight song.
Well, it's a chant. They do the chant.
Yeah, there's not really a melody to it as much as it's a kind of a male guttural chant, isn't it?
I'm not sure what it is. We'll have to ask some folks.
Principal Jason Klein down there right in the middle of it, filming it, though.
He's a good one. We got good principals here in the Cedar Rapids.
Darius Ballard was up here photographing us last night.
Yes, he was. And I'm a little bit nervous.
He sent me the photo today. It's not the best photo in the world, so I don't know that it's going to hit the social media too much. At least I won't put it on there. I know that.
Great performance tonight by this Kennedy football team as the Cougars get the victory tonight as they win at 42-14 to remain unbeaten on the year. As we come your way here on the post-game show here tonight after this Cougar win. And Kennedy, like I said, they did all their work in the first half. All the heavy lifting was done at that time. And second half, I'm not going to say going through the motions for both teams, but all in all, it was just an absolutely fantastic first 24 minutes for Kennedy, and this is the worst nightmare scenario in history for Cedar Falls.
3 lost fumbles in their first 5 possessions for Cedar Falls early in the game. They followed that up by throwing 2 interceptions, and that was just before halftime, 5 turnovers. Then they came out in the second half and threw a couple of more interceptions. So they made it easy on Kennedy in some respects, but credit the Cougars for taking the short fields and making the Tigers pay in each count. They took it down, scored, did kick 1 field goal, but other than that, the touchdowns were very opportunistic, and they took what was given to them tonight. So that's high praise that Brian White, this is going to be an effortless interview down there tonight with whoever wants to talk to him from the media, because you know, when you have a night like this where everything, and I mean everything, just goes the way that you dream about it in your wildest expectations and the greatest dreams that you have at night. When you have one of these nights like this, you got to just savor it and ride the wave. And that's what the Cougars did tonight. Brian White down there talking with Jeff Linder of the Gazette right now, and, you know, he's going to credit Cedar Falls, but he's going to be awful darn proud of his Cougars, and he rightly should be.
Kennedy led 36-0 at halftime on their third drive of the night, which came after the first Cedar Falls turnover, the first of 7 turnovers tonight by the Tigers. It was quarterback Carson Blitz taking it in from a yard out on a sneak, and Luke Bradley's extra point made it 7-0. Cedar Falls and gave it up on another fumble. This time it was a Bradley 23-yard field goal to close out the scoring in the first quarter to make it 10-0. Then Kennedy, after a punt, scored on a 78-yard Carson Blitz to Jaron Center's touchdown pass, and it was 17-0, 50 seconds into the second quarter. After a fumble, the third fumble of the first half. Blitz to centers again. This time from 10 yards out. Extra point was missed, and it was 23-0. After an interception, blitz to Lindy this time from 10 yards out. Made it 30-0 after the PAT. And then with just 3 seconds remaining in the first half, blitz hits Devin Williams in the corner of the end zone for a 20-yard pass. That got the continuous clock going, and it was 36-0 at halftime. After that, Cedar Falls came out, got a Steege to Keeler 24-yard hookup on a nice throwback screen pass. That made it 36-7. Kennedy made it 42-7 on a 55-yard interception return for a touchdown. The pick six by Jaron Centers. And the scoring was closed out by Gavin Steege taking it in from 17 yards out in the third quarter to make the final score 42-14 in favor of the Kennedy Cougars. It's come your way on the post-game show here tonight. Official stats look like this. Kennedy 306 total yards in the ball game. Cedar Falls with 213 total yards. For the Cougars tonight, 242 yards through the air. Carson Blitz, 15 of 25, 242 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Brendan Lindy, 7 catches, 91 yards, and a touchdown for the tight end. Jaron Centers, 3 catches, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had 3 touchdowns all told. Devin Williams, 1 catch, 20 yards, and a touchdown. Isaiah Morgan caught 2 for 21. Hayden Klett caught 1 for 20. And Jason Williams caught 1 in the ball game. On the ground, Williams, 19 carries, 47 yards of Kennedy 64. Blitz, 5 carries, 9 yards, and a touchdown. Flanagan, 3 carries for 12 on the night. Kennedy with 10 first downs. It was big plays tonight. Chunk plays for the Cougars. Now, they were penalized 10 times in the ball game for 53 yards. Most of them were 5-yard variety. 1 sack tonight for the Cougars. 5 3-and-outs for Kennedy as well. For our Cedar Falls, 213 total yards of offense tonight. 80 on the ground, 133 through the air. Gavin Steege tonight, the junior, coming in relief of the injured Hunter Jacobson, was 7 of 17 in the ball game for 122 yards and 2 interceptions to go along with 1 touchdown. Trey Campbell was 1 for 2 with an interception, and Hermanson was 0 for 1 in the ball game. Campbell caught 4 for 72. Keeler caught 1 for 24 and a touchdown. It was Caden Jansen catching 2 for 19 in the ball game. On the ground, Keeler, leading ground gainer, 11 carries for 63 yards tonight. Campbell carried twice for 18. Sorensen carried twice for 13 yards tonight. Cedar Falls with 11 first downs, 4 penalties in the ball game for 38 yards, no sacks, 7 turnovers for the Cedar Falls Tigers tonight. They had 3 3-and-outs tonight in the ball game. Third down conversion, Cedar Falls was 3 of 10. Kennedy was 3 of 12. Both teams were 1 out of 2 on fourth down. And time of possession, a slight advantage, 24 minutes, 22 seconds for Kennedy, 23-38 for Cedar Falls in the ball game tonight. So those were the final facts and figures of this one here tonight. But this one was over comfortably at halftime.
Yeah, I think it was over once, unfortunately, Mr. Jacobson left the field as well. There's a lot of turning points that came early in this game, but, when you look back, just on my stat sheet, which isn't anything near what yours is, Scott, 15 possessions on the night for Cedar Falls, and they gave away 7 times to Kennedy. I mean, that's just when you put that in the same sentence with Cedar Falls, that just does not make sense.
Kennedy wins at 42-14 here tonight. Post-game show continues as we will next talk about our play of the game, brought to you by First Federal Credit Union. First Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor high school athletics. We understand the hard work and dedication it takes for these students to succeed on the field or in the classroom. At First Federal Credit Union, we work hard every day to listen, solve problems, and are dedicated to finding ways to help you with your financial needs. From home loans to auto loans, checking, or even the best savings rates in town, we're here to help you achieve your goals. Learn more about First Federal Credit Union at firstfedcu.com, member NCUA. Well, take a pick of your chunk play, but
Boy, there were a lot of them.
I am looking tonight. It was 10-0. And Cedar Falls defense just made a stop after Kennedy started deep in their own territory. And the Cougars hit the first big play of the night.
Mm-hmm.
The blitz to center 78-yard pass.
Yeah, on the out pattern. That's what broke Cedar Falls' back, to be sure.
I would agree on that. And I think that is, I'm with you. I think that was the play that that was right after Jacobson was injured as well.
So it was a double whammy mentally.
Yeah.
With Jacobson going down and then giving up that big 78-yard pass. I mean, that was it. That was all she wrote mentally. Cedar Falls checked out.
Yep. Blitz to center, 78-yard pass. Just a little out. That centers did the rest of the work. And that will be our First Federal Credit Union play of the game, brought to you by First Federal Credit Union. Check them out online at firstfedcu.com. Need to pick our player of the game, brought to you by the Dental Center. Looking for a family-owned, friendly experience when you need dental care? You will find it at the Dental Center. The Dental Center has been caring for patients in the corridor for over 50 years. Doctors Chris, Jenna, and Kyle Hangeman, Brad Stovey, Shannon Hanks provide dental care for the entire family. The staff of the Dental Center understand that some patients have dental anxiety, and they are very experienced in making them feel comforted and cared during their visit. Because at the Dental Center, patients are more than patients. They are part of our Dental Center family. The Dental Center, with 2 convenient locations in Southeast Cedar Rapids and in Hiawatha. Quality, comfortable care. Well, 2 folks stand out to me. Well, 3 actually. I think you defensively, Riker Stelling, I think's got to get a little bit of a nod too. He was all over the field tonight. Had a couple of fumble recoveries in the ball game, but
this has got to go to an offensive player tonight.
yeah, and I think Brendan Lindy also. You can give him
He's a nominee.
A nod. Jaron Centers, but this may be Carson Blitz night.
Absolutely.
You throw for 242 yards and 4 touchdowns. He had the aerial Bundy tonight for Mr. Blitz, but well-deserved for our Dental Center player of the game.
And he's going to throw a lot of kudos to his offensive line because, I mean, what's your picture of him passing tonight, Scott? Just sitting back there, having a cup of coffee, looking downfield? Who do I want to throw it to this time?
No sacks.
Not one.
No sacks tonight given up by the Kennedy offensive line. And that was a big, big part of this particular win tonight for the Kennedy Cougars. As Kennedy wins it 42-14. Our player of the game, Carson Blitz. It's brought to you by the Dental Center. At their 2 locations, Southeast Cedar Rapids on Mount Vernon Road and in Hiawatha. Quality, comfortable care. Let's check our Emil's Hideaway out-of-town scoreboard one more time before we get ready for next week. Spencer shuts out Fort Dodge tonight. 28-0. How's that? It's a final. Dubuque Hempstead over Muscatine tonight, 55-14. The Mustangs now 3-3 on the year. Davenport Assumption goes to Bellamy, the unofficial Bellamy Field, and beats Mount Vernon tonight, 24-12. Mount Vernon now 3-3, but 0-2 in the district. And also, tonight, see if we can find some other scores here. Mason City beats Waterloo East 35-6. And the undefeated battle tonight, Sigourney Keota beats Cardinal 50-26. Benton Community beats Vinton Shellsburg in the Benton County War tonight, 21-7. I don't care what the records are. Anytime Benton Community and Vinton Shellsburg get together, it's going to be a close game.
Bobcats a nice team this year.
They do have a nice team this year, and they're getting themselves in position for a little playoff push.
Well, I hope so.
Iowa City West in the 4th quarter leading Davenport Central 36-14. Tell you what, Coach Hartwig is in need of a win for his West High Trojans. No doubt about that. Urbandale beat Ankeny Centennial with a last-second touchdown pass tonight. And Norwalk middle of the fourth quarter, leading Indianola 35-30. West Des Moines Valley 38. Ankeny 35 tonight.
Final.
Folks, we just witnessed the new number one team in the state of Iowa tonight.
I think Kennedy's going to take down that spot, aren't they?
How do you keep Kennedy out of the number one spot?
I don't know. And you know what? I'm going to say it again. For those of you who are naysayers and go, well, who's Kennedy played? I'm going to tell you, how do you know they're not the number one team in the state? What if they run the table and go to the Dome and win it all? I mean, I'm just here to tell you, it's conceivable. I'm not saying they're going to do it. It's conceivable, though.
Indeed conceivable. Waverly Shellrock has beaten Marion tonight, shut out the Wolves by a score of 42-0. Williamsburg remains perfect in the district, 24-21 over Mid Prairie on the Emils Hideaway out-of-town scoreboard here tonight. And Decorah beats Western Dubuque 19-14. That's a little bit of a little head scratcher.
That had to have been a humdinger of a game.
Right there. 19-18, number 6 Urbandale over number 10 Centennial tonight.
Wow.
And there you go. Dyke New Hartford in the backyard battle beats Applington Parkersburg 31-0 tonight. So that's one of the more lopsided AP DNH rivalry games. Here it was all Kennedy tonight, 42-14, as the number 2, soon to be number 1, I think, in 5A. Kennedy Cougars beat number 7 Cedar Falls. Just to take advantage of the turnovers and an absolutely great performance tonight by this Kennedy football team.
Yeah, and this should springboard them in their last 3 games to finish off the hopefully undefeated season for the Cougar faithful. So, yeah, big things to come yet, and they really, really want to have a full head of steam going into playoffs.
51-14. Petrus, another touchdown pass. This one to Tyrone Tracy early in the fourth quarter.
Oh,
we can catch the end of that one as we will get ready for week number 7 of high school football. It's supposed to be a little cooler next week.
And we've got another doubleheader.
Scheduled to have a doubleheader.
Hopefully.
We will see what happens on Thursday night. As of now, supposed to be back here for Jefferson and Waterloo West. And then on Friday night, it'll be, and I have not seen the Linn-Mar Southeast Polk final as of yet. I have not seen that one on the
anxiously awaiting that one, aren't
on our
we?
scoreboard. We'll try to find that one afterwards. But Linn-Mar was up at halftime and only down 6 in the third quarter to the mighty Southeast Polk.
Wouldn't that be something if?
That would change a lot.
Yes,
of
it
looks
really would.
Around if Linn-Mar had a chance to knock them off tonight, but we'll see. But at any rate, we're going to see Southeast Polk
at John Wall Memorial Field next week and play the Prairie Hawks.
Taking on those Prairie Hawks coming up next week. And we'll be on the air for both those games at about 7:15 here on CRM Live Sports. And thanks to all our great sponsors for helping us out again here in week number 6. And, of course, a big thanks to everybody for tuning in. If you'd like to inquire about sponsorship, get a hold of me at the station or just flag me down, give me a call, send me an email. Same thing with John. Love to have you on board for football and for basketball coming up during the winter months. All right, John, thanks. Have a good weekend, and we'll be back coming up next week.
Yeah, let's do 2 again.
That's going to wrap things up as our final score tonight from Kingston Stadium in the Bob Brooks Press Box here on CRM Live Sports. Cedar Rapids Kennedy 42, Cedar Falls 14. This has been a presentation of CRM Live Sports. And so long from Kingston Stadium.